Downtime in the Apocalypse, a podcast where Ted talks and Kevin listens. I'm Ted.
And I'm Kevin.
Listeners, you may hear strange cracking noises. That's our sound producer, Jerry. He's currently chewing on a plastic carrot.
As all good sound producers do. If you were to tell, if I were to interview new sound producers, I'd be asking, what kind of toy are you chewing? If they don't say giant plastic carrot, then I'm already questioning.
Almost exactly 1 yard beneath the microphone.
Oh my god. Yeah. So if you do hear that during this recording, I'm sorry, but Jerry is who he is, and I respect
Jerry
that.
is who he is. Look, pets are pets.
Yeah.
Now,
And sound producers are sound producers.
And sound producers. Now, Kevin, I too have a furry animal that lives with me.
Yes, a rabbit.
A rabbit. He's a wascally wabbit.
Wascally wabbit.
That being said, he really pissed me off today.
How do you do that, Ted?
All right, so I keep his pellets for his litter box.
Okay.
In kind of a chest thing in my room.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought them in bulk last time I went to a store.
Yeah.
So I didn't have enough room to put his hay like I normally put in there.
Right.
So his hay's currently in a cardboard box in my room.
Okay.
He did his damnedest to knock this thing over, to eat through it, to
anything
destroy
to get to that
my
hay.
room.
Yeah.
No, he has plenty of hay. He at one point he had a head of lettuce. Normally he's pretty good at self-feeding with the amount of lettuce he's supposed to get, and not lettuce,
Right.
cabbage.
Cabbage. Okay.
Iceberg lettuce is bad for rabbits. And most cabbage for most rabbits is bad.
Except for some, I suppose. Like.
So it depends on the rabbit. A lot of rabbits get stomach aches because it makes them gassy.
Okay.
He does not have this issue. It's pretty easy to observe in other rabbits.
All right. Okay.
But he decided that what he was going to do is take it, bite into it, pick it up a few inches, and drop it over and over again at 6 a.m.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I probably fell asleep around 2:30.
Nice little wake-up call for you right there, huh?
Oh, God. I was really angry. Now, wabbit is actually a Scottish word for furious.
Oh.
So my rabbit made me wabbit.
Okay, Ted. All right. God. All right. Your rabbit made you wabbit. Understood. The sound in the wabbit. So, Ted, let's go from there, and let me ask you, how was your week, my good friend?
My week has actually been pretty good. I'm not sure if you know this. I got the COVID vaccine.
Nice. I did not know that.
Now, I did not have a good time afterwards.
Oh, was side effects?
Yeah. So, for most people, the first dose is fine. You'll just have a kind of sore arm. The way it's been put for most people I know,
yeah,
including my coworkers who got literally 5 and 20 minutes in front of me, respectively.
Yeah,
they felt like they got 2 flu shots in the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Not pleasant, but not exactly bad.
Yeah, manageable. That's fine.
The doctor there had me stay an extra 15 minutes because I reported nausea.
Okay, gotcha.
And the next morning, I woke up dry heaving.
Oh, all right. Not good.
Not good. Now, universally, it seems the first vaccine hits less hard than the second. So I am very worried about my second dose.
Yeah, to see how that goes. Yeah, all right. See how violently you react after that one.
Yeah, because I was nauseous for a day and a half.
That's not good, Ted. That's not good at all.
No.
Okay, all right.
But the good news is, even with the 1 dose, I am now have a coin flip's worth of chance to be immune to the coronavirus.
Okay.
1 dose, it's 50-50. 2 doses, 95.
That's all right. That's okay. Two pays.
2 pays. You want to do it twice.
Understood. All right.
There's diminishing returns, but 95 is still good.
95 is really
95 good. Literally means I have to roll a nat 1 to get it.
Yeah. You want to take it to D&D terms there? Yeah.
D&D terms makes it very, like, if you know enough D&D, like, that's the exact odds. It's like,
right.
Ooh, that's pretty good odds, and also it would feel like a critically failed, but still got it.
Yeah, that's you know what that's fair enough, Ted. You know what?
Yeah, so I got it. Thankfully, my current employer reclassified itself several times to different things.
Ah,
So
okay.
we're playing the game of bureaucracy, as you have to do in Massachusetts.
Yep, yep. As you
Even
do.
in the Duncan Empire, there's still enough semi-autonomous communities that maintain pre-apocalypse government and such that bureaucracy is still king.
Yeah. Sadly,
It's strange. It's either you're under direct imperial rule or bureaucracy, and frankly, monarchy is always the best choice.
as we have discovered here on this podcast,
If you have
yes,
to choose between bureaucracy and monarchy,
I'd go monarchy 100% of the time.
yeah.
Ted, I'm so glad we are in this apocalyptic society. I know,
Yeah.
right? So that's good. I'm glad that was going on.
Yep.
Anything else, including with that?
No, I mean, if we want to go like to our normal formula on what we have been doing this week besides that,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been more Age of Calamity, but also I've been like sick, so I've just been playing the same few missions over and over again,
Oh, okay. Understood. Yeah.
which you kind of have to do to get enough money and everything.
Right. Right. Yeah. Grind it, I suppose.
Yes, you have to get a certain amount of, like, you need to get certain characters up certain levels, and you can
Mm.
see you ahead of time if they're in a mission,
Right. Right.
and you can pay gold to do that. But also, it's kind of an excuse to go back to all the missions and just replay them with different characters. Like, I think I've done the first mission with every character just for the fun of it.
Oh, nice. Okay, I can dig that.
Like, yeah, how would this go with, playing the Great Fairy, which is like one of yeah, you can. I think there are like 4 secret unlockable characters,
All right, that's
and
really
I
cool.
found 2 so far. One is the Great Fairies, which is weird because it's all of them the same button. They switch out depending on the attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
And the second one is one of the monks that does the trials.
Oh. Okay.
Have you played the DLC for Breath of the Wild?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
There's a monk boss at the end.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
play as him in this.
That's really cool. All right. I can dig that.
Yeah, I had to look up who the hell he was because suddenly it's like, oh, you can play as this monk. I'm like, great, I don't remember his trial.
Well,
It's like, oh, I don't have the DLC. Okay.
DLC trial. Yeah.
But yeah,
Motorcycle.
he does not have a motorcycle. He summons artifacts though and
Ah.
destroys them, and then uses that power to get giant.
Yeah, as you do. Makes sense to me.
I was very surprised unlocking both of those characters
Yeah. Okay. Understood.
because I went through the Great Fairy quest line. Like you have to do certain missions and fight Great Fairies at the end.
Yeah.
And I thought the end I was going to get like a ability to get more clothing options for different characters.
Oh, right. Not just like a totally new
Yeah,
character.
Link has different clothing options with abilities and everything, but no one else does.
Ah.
So I
Okay.
was like, oh, this has to be how either Link gets more or everyone else gets something.
Right. Right.
And then nope, suddenly I unlocked the Great Fairies.
That's kind of nice, though. That's a nice surprise.
It was a weird surprise, though. I was
Yeah.
not expecting that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Very fair.
Kim, what have you been doing?
I went over to my friend's place recently, and we have been watching a Ghibli film that just came out recently. It's called
Ooh.
Earwig and the Witch. So this is one of the first Ghibli films to have all CGI like graphics. Like there's no like hand drawn or anything like that. It's all CGI, and that's already a big thing.
Yeah, Kevin, I'm not gonna lie. My first reaction to that is horrified, followed by saddened.
Well,
How does it come out, Kevin? Give me the end result.
oh, okay. So it looks wise, it kind of reminds me of. Have you ever seen like on Cartoon Network? They have like the scary godmother. It's like this TV movie where they have this really poorly done CGI graphic kind of thing going with it. This looks a lot better than that, but it just reminds me of that. Just kind of like CGI compared to like I don't know. It's not like Pixar. It's completely different, but it has that sort of like kind of low quality to it, and
Oh,
yeah, like
so I don't know Scary Godmother. I'm looking her up now.
yeah, yeah. Look up Earwig and the Witch. and then you'll see like a somewhat similar kind of looking style there a little bit. Not as bad. This is newer, obviously, but
Oh, I see exactly. Yeah.
yeah, like the girl.
How do
Yeah,
I put it this way? It's as if they took the early style of CGI
yeah.
and just refined the hell out of it.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
theirs was innovations in how to make CGI characters,
right.
and they just ignored those and went to the first guess and went, "Great, let's make this as great as possible."
Yeah, and the finest detail we can possibly make this in. Yeah.
So it's not terrible. It's clearly effort went into it, and they tried and everything. I wouldn't do it, and I'm confused why they chose that style. But still,
Well,
I'm aware how labor intensive hand drawn is.
yeah, and this is by far so much cheaper.
Yeah, well, I think someone mentioned to me like the Lion King.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
You know the antelope stampede.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It took one guy 2 years
Okay, so yeah,
because he
yeah.
had to draw every
Three.
goddamn antelope 26 times per second.
Yeah, so that's the obvious downside of drawn. So there's that. Um, so here's the thing about like Earwig and the Witch. So the main story is that this woman who is a witch woman, abandons her child and leaves them at like an orphanage, and her name is Earwig. So I know, but they later on just like change her name to like Erica Wig something, like just try to make it sound normal. But what happens afterwards is that she has like these two like things on her head, like kind of like ponytails that go like kind of straight up,
Okay.
and it's supposed to symbolize like a literal earwig,
Okay. Yeah.
like yeah, like
It's
the
her
bugs.
antenna. Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole idea is that during the film in the orphanage, she just like rules everybody basically because she can charm them into like doing whatever she wants. Like she has like everyone like what's that term, just like wrapped around your finger basically?
Beguiled.
Yeah, beguiled or like charmed or like whatever you want to say about that. Then she gets picked up by like a witch and like a demon, right? And they take her to their house, and like she's treated as like a servant, and she has to like do all these kind of things to prepare spells and stuff like that. Um, then she eventually kind of like beguiles them and makes them like her, and then she takes control of them basically to get whatever she wants. And then the film ends, and that's about it. So,
Okay. Well, speaking of films with weird endings, so Kevin, I recently finished the book Artemis Fowl,
oh yes, yes, yes,
and I tried to watch the movie.
yeah. You tried for like 1 minute or so.
I got about a quarter of the way done through the movie.
The movie's really bad, by the way.
Yeah, and the book is so good. And look, the narrator for the audiobook is so good at it.
Yeah, it's like an Alan Rickman kind
Yeah,
of.
look, it is Snape mixed with James Bond, and I know that's hard to do, but imagine like a spy movie from the villain's perspective.
Oh, have you've seen Lord of the Rings and everything?
Yes,
Saruman.
yes,
That's basically Saruman is narrating this.
yeah, it's shockingly intense. Like the narrator really does a great job of this, and the fact like when the little bit of kitty elements come up, it's kind of jarring.
Right, like
Like,
with
there's a
their
fart
fart
joke.
joke. Yeah,
It's and someone's like it really took me out of it because I was half expecting the guy to pull out a gun to shoot the guy in the head
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah.
because that fits with the narration style. Like it's so good.
Well, you
And
also have like that really cool butler who,
Butler, yeah,
yeah, it was basically a hitman. So there's that.
that's exactly how I imagined him the entire time. That was literally the Hitman from
Yeah.
the Hitman series. Like
Oh yes, yeah, that's really good. I like that a lot. I
yeah,
like that imagery a lot.
it fit really
It's
well.
got the code on the back of his head.
But seriously, it's like it fit with the backstory and everything.
Yeah, basically it did. Yeah.
It's like if that was like the backstory, like those were the same universe, the Hitman Artemis Fowl cinematic universe.
Instead of like killing like a really crappy CEO, you just have to kill like an orc, just like or an
Tell me you
ogre.
would not watch that movie.
I would watch that movie every day. I would definitely
That's
watch that.
that's $1 billion idea. Like ever watch Bright?
Yeah, I watched Bright. Yeah,
Okay, I enjoyed Bright.
it's okay.
Yeah.
To me, it's okay.
So as a rule, if you don't think about it, it's better.
Well, I like to imagine it's like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air in that universe. Like he just grows up and he's like a police detective.
So like the thing is like if you like take it as like racial analogs or anything, suddenly it breaks down real fucking quick.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
But if you just
Yeah.
take it as your own universe, it's like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Like you try, don't read too deep into
Yeah, it's
it.
like Gurren Lagann. No, turn your brain off and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Drill. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gurren Lagann, Gurren Lagann, you've seen that, right?
Yeah. I love Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. I have argued to parents the importance of boys watching that show.
Well, yeah. Considering there's like a lot of TNA.
Yeah, but also there's a lot of like different ideas of masculinity in that, and
Yeah.
becoming your own self, and seeing someone important to you lost, and how you cope with that.
Right.
And
There's a lot going on.
yeah, which weirdly I have never lost a parent in that argument. I've never lost to them. Every time they're like, by the end of it, they're like, oh, right, really?
To be fair to that as well, Ted. Like if I don't know how conservative these parents are, but if the parent was, let's say, more conservative with their beliefs or anything like that, then I think the argument would have kind of swayed in a certain way.
I don't get me wrong, I've dealt with that, but they've always been surprised when like I'm explaining like the inner things and like how I make sure like I talk to all the kids about the anime and everything, and I bring this up.
Yeah.
And they're always like, oh, I'm glad my kid's getting these perspectives on these animes.
Oh. You know what, Ted? You deserve a medal just for that.
I am in the advertisement for this school. There is an article written about me in what's it? Therapy Today.
That's amazing, really.
I'll send it to you later. There is an article written about me as a promotional material for my place of work.
That's awesome, Ted. That's really cool. Oh, thinking about things they've told me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Ted, going from there and Gurren Lagann and everything else there, we've tried a few things today.
Yes. So Kevin, for various reasons, mostly celebratory.
Yeah.
We've had multiple beers today. Now, the most interesting one.
Okay. Yep.
Has by far been Hubbard's Cave Coffee and Cake Vanilla Porter.
Yeah.
Sorry, stout. My bad.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a stout, not a porter.
It's an imperial stout with coffee, maple syrup, and vanilla.
Yep.
And the cakes involved in this are hot cakes.
You mean fun cakes?
Yes. I never understood why they call them hot cakes.
Because they're hot. Ish.
Are they cakes?
Yeah, technically.
Okay, I'm not trying to be contrary here.
Yeah.
How are they cakes? What is the definition of cake in your mind that makes these things cakes?
I think it's the composition of like the batter, basically. So I think like it's close enough to be considered a cake where it's not considered like bread or considered like I don't know, like a cookie or something, like some other pastry.
All right,
it's closest to cake.
If I took cake batter,
yeah,
and baked into hardtack,
well, all right.
Am I making a cake?
Hard cake.
Oh, I'm making hard. Oh, okay. So that is actually I like the compromise. I actually think that's consistent. Never mind, Kevin. You are right.
Okay. Thank you, Ted.
Now I'm going to ask Katie later. Now I don't know if you know this about Katie. Do you know her education background?
No.
So she has a psychology degree, as like 50% of all women do. Look, our generation is poisoned by the amount of psychology that we've decided to study.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially because psychology is something I have very mixed feelings about, mostly because I've been working in the field for a while.
Right. Got an article written about you.
Seriously. I will send that to you, Kevin.
I can't wait to read it.
But her high school, she went to trade school.
Yeah.
She like a culinary thing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So I really want to know what she says about that, because me and her had this weird argument about cookie batter recently.
Okay, like what was the argument?
I want to know what a normal cookie would be.
Okay.
And there is no such thing.
Is that what she said or you said?
No, she said that.
Oh, okay.
For example, I was like, there was something that's like, what would you just call a cookie? Because I was like, a sugar cookie is just a cookie.
Yeah.
And no, sugar cookie batter is different than chocolate chip batter. There are different batters used. So if like you have a chocolate chip batter without chocolate chips,
Yeah.
You made a chocolate chip cookie without chocolate chips because there's a different batter used for that.
A chocolate chipless cookie.
Yes.
Okay. So you can't necessarily
There
put.
is no generic cookie batter. There is just subdivisions of cookie batter.
So what if you put chocolate chips into a sugar cookie batter?
That's a sugar cookie with chocolate chips.
A sugar chocolate chip cookie?
Yes.
Okay. And then if you do the opposite, it's just a chocolate. It's just a cookie.
It's a chocolate chip cookie with extra sugar.
Well, it doesn't have any chocolate chips, so it's
Oh
just
yes,
it's just a
it's
cookie.
it's a chocolate chipless chocolate chip
cookie. No, that's what do you? No, it's well.
Kevin, you're me in this argument. I want to put out. I agreed with you, but no, it's like making a sugar cookie batter and then just not adding sugar. That's a sugarless sugar cookie.
Well, Ted, no. So what's a chocolate chip cookie? It's chocolate chips within the cookie dough.
Yes,
so
but apparently there's a specific batter for that as well.
It would just be gold cookie batter then.
But no, there is no such thing. That is
It's just like chocolate chip cookie batter.
All the cookie batters are different.
Okay. So
which I didn't know either.
I assume that on like gingerbread and like a lot of those like very specific types of batters and everything. I mean, that makes sense to me because they taste and they go at like form wise, texture wise, they're completely different. So I get that.
Yes, but apparently it's also the same for cookies.
So okay,
Kevin, don't worry. I'm on the same team as you here. I cannot stress enough that I'm with you in this.
Oh, it's so stupid. All right.
But apparently it matters enough.
So okay. Would the cookie batter for like a macadamia nut cookie be a different type of batter than a chocolate chip cookie batter?
Yes.
Okay, so they're all. That's so weird.
I don't know how far this goes. I didn't ask her. I was confused.
So like, how deep is this rabbit hole?
I don't know how many subdivisions there are.
How many genuses?
Is it like, okay, is it generic like unflavored sugar? Is it generic chocolates in different types and like nuts? Or is it like a specific walnut cookie batter and white chocolate cookie batter? I do not know. I do not know this.
Do not know.
Do not know. Donuts will come up later in this.
Okay. All right. What's a biscotti?
Okay, biscotti is a twice baked pastry put in coffee from Italy.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
Interesting enough, they actually have a very similar way of making hardtack. Because you do bake them twice. That's why they have the hardness of them and everything.
I would say Italian hardtack, but hardtack was already like a Roman thing, basically.
Hardtack was pre-Roman.
Oh, okay. So that was before then.
Hardtack basically came very quickly after the origins of bread.
Oh, okay. So pretty soon after that, yeah.
Yeah. So, from what I understand, I've listened to quite a few NPR and documentary arguments about this.
I'm sure.
It went porridge.
Okay.
And then there's a big debate on whether or not it went beer, bread, or like dumplings.
Okay. Does that depend on who's saying like who's from where, basically? Or
not even that. It just depends on your thought. Like dumplings are kind of easier to make and like kind of more intuitive on like, oh, if you're making already porridge and putting on stuff.
Yeah.
Bread is sort of, the iconic thing.
Right.
And beer is, as far as I'm concerned, the only likely option.
So let me ask you something that's just like completely idiotic and just completely like on left field here. But if I was to like present you something and say like, oh, let's make a drink out of this, I don't think wheat or barley or any of those things would be the first thing you think. I would think wine.
Theoretical archaeologists.
Yeah.
Like porridge has been around forever. Like that's something people figure out very quickly.
Yeah.
And basically the idea is people left out porridge until it fermented or like fucked it up.
Oh, so just like a mistake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like beer came out by accident, and then people started getting drunk and went, "Oh, this is awesome! Let's do that again and perfect it."
I get to forget I'm being a peasant for 5 seconds. All right.
No, this is way before peasant. This is
okay.
caveman.
Okay.
This is why we started agriculture.
Okay.
And it might have been to get drunk.
You know what? That's a fine reasoning.
Look, I honestly, given how like labor intensive and awful agriculture is compared to hunting and gathering, it's the only theory I can believe. I honestly believe humans went, screw it, I want to get hammered. Let's make some weed,
Okay.
and that's why I think agriculture started.
You know what? I can see that. That's yeah.
Yeah, when you really think about what humans are,
Pleasure seekers,
yeah, it makes sense.
miserable pile of lies, miserable pile of secrets. Sorry, that's the line.
Secrets, lies, it's the same.
Same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Unlike Jerry here,
You,
Jerry is a happy pile of chewing.
well, I can't really blame him. He finds pleasure in what he finds pleasure in. That's fine.
Okay, so
As long as he's not hurting anybody.
Kevin,
Yes.
this is something interesting. So for the first time in almost a year,
Yeah.
I partook in cannabis recently.
Oh, cannabis. Devil's
Yes,
lettuce.
mostly because
Mary Jane.
yeah, I was actually in a decent amount of pain.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was basically okay, let's kind of get rid of that.
Right, right.
But it led me down a weird path of Buddhism, as it
Okay.
often does. And suddenly, this makes me want to focus on my breath.
Okay.
And there's these strange Buddhist sayings that I'm aware of. Like the most classic one is, "What's the sound of one hand clapping?" Which Bart Simpson, of course, answered.
Yeah.
And there's other ones.
Philosopher of our time.
Yeah. Okay. We were only 27 minutes in or so I'm going to go into the full story.
Okay.
My favorite one, I think it's called like Kunin or something.
Yeah.
Two monks. They have names, but I'm going to call them younger and elder.
Okay. Simplify it. Yeah.
Well, that's a sort of a common theme of these.
Oh,
There's always
okay.
a younger monk and an elder monk.
Right.
They're traveling together.
Yep.
And there is a raging river, and there is a beautiful woman on one side,
Okay.
and she is very clearly trying to figure out how to cross the river without getting soaked or ruining her clothes.
Okay. Right.
The elder monk picks her up, carries her across the river, gets soaked himself, puts him down, bows politely without saying a word, and keeps going on with his day.
Yeah.
The younger monk crosses the river and starts stewing about this. He's like, look, you're not supposed to even touch a woman. You're not supposed to interact with them, let alone pick one up.
Yeah.
Put her on his shoulders and everything, And he has an outburst about this.
Right.
It's like, how dare you pick up a woman like that? And the other monk kind of looks at him and goes, I left the traveler at the river. Why are you still carrying her? And it's supposed to make you think.
Yeah. Okay.
And I looked up more of these, and there's one that really got me because I looked up the answer, because there's sometimes answers to these things and to ponder this thoroughly. And it was, does a dog have Buddha nature? Because the kind of idea of Buddhism is there is a sort of diamond in your soul, past all the greed and wants and everything.
Right.
There is this selfless good part of you.
Yeah.
Does a dog have that? And I looked up the answers and like different thoughts, and there is no consensus whatsoever. And I spent way too long last night, probably keeping up longer than I should have, and then woken up by my rabbit way too early. Just pondering different dogs and, all right, how close are they to Buddha nature?
Where would you rank Stu on that?
Farther than Jerry.
Okay. That's interesting.
That's the thought I spent like 2 hours on last night. Do dogs have Buddha-like nature? Now, admittedly, I'm not sure if humans have that really.
I mean, I'm going to be a little pessimistic and say no.
I agree.
Yeah.
I largely think ethics is an artificial construct.
Mm.
That's not to say it's bad.
No.
This microphone is artificial.
Yeah, not saying that something that's created is bad.
Yeah, maybe like calling them artifacts would be better because it has like a cooler connotation.
Yeah, than artificial does. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have nothing wrong with artifacts like that. This microphone, computers, the internet. They're all artifacts. Humans made them. They're not naturally occurring in the world.
Right.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone argue penicillin is a evil.
I mean,
artificial.
I mean,
I tell it's a fungus, but you know what I mean.
I mean, technically, you could argue that let's say that due to penicillin, that the natural like world, a natural Earth, like runs out of its like resources.
I don't think it'd be due to penicillin. I think that could do something with human sex drive.
I mean, human
Well,
sex drive could be curbed by death, though. The natural reoccurring kind of, you know what I
see,
mean?
yeah, see, that theory has always failed though,
Okay.
because there's been thoughts of like plague and famine would have fixed Ireland's problems.
Oh no, that's yeah, no.
Like that was actually a argument against famine relief when
Oh,
England owned Ireland was, well, this is a natural part of nature, and
oh,
yeah,
that is rough.
yeah.
That is very rough.
Fun fact, one, no, we still have way too many kids, no matter who you are in the world,
Okay, right.
and number two, it's not their fault that they didn't understand the germ theory of disease and needed to plant different types of potatoes.
Well, can I ask you a question really quick? What do you think about like the smallpox thing? Um, main, since we're talking about like the idea of like disease
Mm,
spreading and germs kind of spreading there too, do you think that uh, people intentionally tried to like poison Native Americans through smallpox blankets
okay,
intentionally?
so there's actually a decent academic argument for and against this.
For and against?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
and I actually come down on the no, no one did that. Um, and for a very particular reason,
yeah,
no one fucking knew what germs were.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's
And
I
they all
totally
thought
agree
it
with
was
that.
like miasma. It's like, no, no, no. You were giving too much credit to the Europeans for saying they tried to poison them with blankets.
Yeah,
May they have poisoned them with blankets? Possibly. Was it malicious? No. Would they have done it maliciously? Quite possibly.
maybe,
I'm
maybe.
not like I'm not saying they wouldn't have. I'm saying the knowledge wasn't there.
Okay. Right, right. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I have a hard time believing that they understood that idea and then kind of went with that.
Yeah, no. It look, if they had a decent understanding of germ theory,
Yeah.
George Washington wouldn't have died because they kept bloodletting him.
Yeah, so yeah,
Like,
that
or
yeah,
giving
no.
these people too much credit on how much medical knowledge they had.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Would they have? Quite possible. Let's not pretend they might not have. But I don't think that was the reason.
And also I mean,
No, like, let's be like, here's
I don't know how evil people are per
yeah.
se.
Well, like war. Like, for example, I think the best kind of example of someone who did have some understanding of this
Yeah.
was Genghis Khan.
Oh, okay.
So Genghis Khan understood the problem that everyone figured out of dead bodies,
Okay.
which is why he used trebuchets and catapults to put them into cities with walls.
Yeah. To kind of yeah, yeah, to spread disease.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, like that was the exact way of how he broke sieges. You know, you can't break sieges with cavalry. That's
Right.
not what they're for.
No.
And frankly, he did not have enough foot soldiers or enough expertise. But you know what he could do? Cause a plague.
Yeah. All
Everyone
right.
figured out very quickly that corpses cause sickness.
Yeah. Uh yeah, that's smart. Very smart of you, Genghis.
Yeah, so
And
like
also your 37 million children.
yeah, someone told me, I don't know if this is true, but he would have had to impregnate a woman for every mile he went in his life.
Wow, so that's a rape a mile or consensual,
No,
depending.
no, no, no. See, no, because sex without any protection or anything only has a 1 in 4 chance of conceiving a child.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh my god. That's amazing. Really?
yeah,
So it's much higher than I thought.
it's way higher than that.
Oh wow. Or he can go on like the roulette table and just like roll and see what happens.
Yeah, now there's also the
Comes up
argument that
green.
it's actually his kids who had harems that did it.
Oh, and that's how that kind of spread
Yeah, was
throughout.
it? He had a decent number, but his direct descendants had each one of them had just as many.
Had to up my dad some way.
Yeah, so I mean that's an argument, but no. As smallpox blankets, no. Now don't get me wrong, this does not forgive a lot of the settlers' crimes. I'm just saying, it's like, guys, they did a lot of shitty stuff. Give them credit for what they did and didn't know. For
Okay. Yeah, I see what
for
you're
the
saying.
wars and everything and just shooting them, yeah. Whereas introducing to alcohol to make their societies weaker, yes. Small blankets, no, they didn't have enough understanding of germ theory.
To be fair on the alcohol kind of scenario there, then you could theoretically say that they would come up with alcohol on their own eventually.
Certain Native American tribes did, but
Yeah.
look, North America did not have great stuff for making alcohol unless you had really good technology.
So you're saying like the
The taste sucked.
oh, okay. So that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like so
Tobacco though.
yeah, well yes, but like in North America, the only like natural crop you have that isn't introduced is like maize.
Okay. Aren't is apples or
No, apples are from Europe.
oh, okay. Okay. So that
So are horses. Like there were no
Yeah.
horses until Europeans came.
right, that's like yeah,
Which
I knew
always
that. Yeah.
surprises people. But like there was just nothing. Cows weren't here. Like there's no. They had dogs and llamas, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and bees.
Oh yeah, and beavers.
Trying to make a society based on domesticating beavers, Kevin. I dare you.
Fur trade. Fur trade was still good.
Domesticating.
Okay, fair enough, Ted. Fair enough.
Domesticate beavers and have what they're now. The one thing
Domesticate a beaver and tell me where you're at.
yeah, the one thing I'm surprised they didn't domesticate is manatees.
What do you mean, Ted, by that?
Okay, so here's how.
The sea cow.
But seriously, manatees naturally produce and conserve a lot of fat. They're great for that.
Oh, okay, right.
And they are stupidly easy to trap and kill.
Oh, okay.
They can swim about 5 miles an hour if they're on the ground walking. You could just put up a fence.
Yeah.
Like just make a fence and drop it. And different Native American tribes figured out the best way to hunt manatees because they have an instinct that is so stupid it's hard to believe it's real.
What's that, Ted?
So Kevin, if a manatee's hit,
yeah,
they float to the surface and turn over so their soft underbelly is exposed to the surface.
Oh, so okay. Oh my god. Oh wow! All right.
Which means that
get ready. The spear. It's about to present itself.
Yeah, but that's it. Though they quickly figured out how to make hooks for just manatees.
Wow, that's amazing. I never heard of that before. That's
And the fact that they didn't go, what if we just farmed these things? Always kind of surprises me, especially in like the natural swampland and easy it is to block off a large population that is Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm always a little bit surprised that no one domesticated these things.
I mean, would
they
you?
Could have just been like pigs.
Oh yeah, like yeah. Would you eat a manatee?
It depends. Am I starving and used to it? I'm a vegetarian right now.
Right now, but like before then, like pre veg Ted.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would eat okay.
Now there's a caveat there. If they were still on the endangered species list, absolutely not. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Bison though.
Are they on the endangered species list?
They were, but yeah, they moved out.
Are they on it when I'm eating it? That's really the question here.
Okay.
I would have been like, what the hell? Why are we eating an endangered animal?
Well, it's already cooked, Ted.
So pre-veg Ted is still a teenager, so he probably wouldn't be fine with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, still cooked, Ted. It's not like you can like bring it back.
Yeah, I still think of it like, what the fuck are we doing here?
What the hell are we doing here?
It's like why are we eating endangered animals? What the hell's wrong with us?
I'm not saying eat a dodo bird, but yeah, I'm just bringing up the idea of it.
But no, that's kind of where I am. I'm always a little bit surprised that manatees weren't domesticated, which also brings up the hilarious idea of riding manatees.
I would like to imagine it's sort of like that Zelda game, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
a little bit, just like
that is my favorite. Man, you need to play it.
But they're only like 5 miles per hour though.
They're fucking well, not if we bred them for speed.
6.
Imagine what 30 generations of bred for speed would do.
Yeah, okay.
We have
Greyhound manatees.
Yes.
Oh, and we could do like a little like what have you ever played Final Fantasy X?
Yeah, absolutely.
Blitzball?
Yes.
Just like Blitzball with manatees?
I would fucking love that.
Dude.
Forget the puppy poll. We're watching
We're watching Manatee Blitzball.
Yeah.
I would love that so much. Okay, so we talked a little bit about these beers and everything. We talked about one beer, basically. But
True. Now, the other ones you have me is drinking Vermont Beer Maker Shadows Maple Stout.
Yes.
Now, really savoring the taste here. Kevin?
Yeah.
Out of the 3 beers you have me try today, this is by far the blandest.
So you say bland, I would say mild.
Mild, probably a better term.
Yeah.
Now, compared to the coffee and cakes, which just tastes like maple syrup.
Yeah.
Take that whatever. It's very sweet. I'm just gonna give that warning. But it's
Yeah.
not bad or anything. It's just very sweet.
Yeah, made of hotcakes, or as Katie would say, I guess just pancake batter.
I do not know what her
Okay.
opinion on whether or not there's different
Can,
batters for
can,
cakes and
can you
pancakes.
come back to me on that? Just because
That will be next. Text me tomorrow, Kevin. I will
Okay.
ask her about this.
Okay, please do.
Yes. Now this is the Vermont Beer Makers Shadows is the way more mass market appeal.
Yeah, if I had to say anything about it, it's probably the I don't know the Sam Adams of maple beer. If I had to say anything about it,
Yeah.
not too sweet, not too like.
Sam Adams is probably the best of kind of the larger beer brands.
I'm trying to think like only other one I could really compare like that's below Sam Adams but still has that mass market appeal is probably like Yingling or Guinness.
Guinness is very good.
Yeah.
Guinness, Sam Adams, and Stella are kind of my favorite.
Well, Stella is like the fancy one there, Ted.
Yeah,
that
Stella I'm nostalgic about. Because I miss my Belgian friends, and when that stuff was literally put to me in gallons in front of me and just told to drink.
Yeah. No, I get you there, Ted. I get you. But
yeah, that just makes me nostalgic for old times.
Well, we also had one more that had imperial stout that had dried ice cream and spices.
Now, what was that called again, Kevin?
Cosmonaut, I think it was called.
Cosmonaut, yeah, sorry. That was very good. I enjoyed that. Normally, I'm not an imperial stout fan. I do not know what makes a stout imperial, but generally, I really don't know what the difference is. But
just like there's also the subclasses of American imperial stout, Russian imperial stout, like you know what I mean?
Okay, look, unlike
imperial stout,
unlike governments, when things get imperial in beer, I don't like them. And
okay.
Cosmonaut is a change for that. I actually quite enjoyed that. It's probably my favorite of the 3.
That's interesting to me, just because I remember like the Death Tar we had like a couple weeks ago. The that was also imperial.
Oh, okay.
Right, and that was like a 10 or 11% or whatever that was. But that's another one that I quite enjoy. I forget if you enjoyed it or not yourself.
I don't remember either, honestly.
That was also the day we had all those hot things.
Yeah.
The world's hot. Oh, by the way, I gotta tell you a quick thing. Listeners, by the way, I'm a total dickhead. Is just what I'm gonna say. Like dickhead, asshole, whatever you want to call me. That's me. So let's go with that statement, and then continue on with my mom asked me before, like, oh hey, what were you doing before with like Ted and everything? I was like, oh, we had like the world's hottest chocolate, and she said like, oh, what's that? I said like, wait. So I brought it upstairs, and I had her try a piece of the world's hottest chocolate, and she was so mad.
Now, Kevin,
yes.
I'm not surprised you did that.
Okay. Why are you not surprised by that, Ted?
Because you just said how many alpha adjectives in front of you.
Yeah.
Which we'll get back to because there's something I need to talk to you about later. But the fact that you're still breathing, is a little bit surprising. Once again, as put on record, Kevin's mother, possibly the deadliest person I've ever met.
Yeah. No, I agree. Deadlier than me, I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, it's up there. Like I've met some Navy SEALs and everything, but she's up there.
Yeah.
The fact that Kevin's breathing right now is a little bit surprising.
Now here's the thing.
If it was me that did that, I'd be dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You would be dead. You do not have the second son invulnerability.
Second son?
Well, I'm not the first son.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You do have an older brother. Who I know quite well, actually.
Yeah, you do. Spent a lot of time with him. Yeah. But yeah, I just basically like well, here's the thing: when you're poisoned like that, it's hard to really get a physical response immediately. I would say that's fair. You're too busy drinking milk.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised when she's drinking her glass of milk and
She
Her
didn't like.
response wasn't chucking it at your face.
Yeah, yeah. I was worried about that too, but I ran out of there as soon as possible.
Smart,
So,
smart, very smart.
well,
And once again, Kevin, like, not to put shade on Kevin. Kevin could kick my ass.
I could. I choose not to every day, Ted, because I like you.
Yeah, look, this is something I'm fully aware of.
So
It's hard to like. It's like, oh, what do you do? Oh, professionally, I teach martial arts. It's
yeah,
like, oh, yeah, you could probably kick my butt.
yeah. But regardless of that,
Okay. Now, Kevin, you said a lot of awful things about yourself there,
yeah.
and I've watched you live stream a few times with the twins, who have the "I'm livid" or "I am livid."
Yes, I'm livid TV.
Is it "I am" or "I'm"?
I'm
Okay, it's the only thing I follow on Twitch, so I should know this.
okay. Thank you.
I try to watch a little bit every Friday when Kevin's on. And Kevin, for some reason, you all like when we played like the what's it called, the trivia game, Jackbox stuff.
Oh yeah, Jackbox is good. Yeah,
You gave yourself the name Simp.
yeah.
Now, I've had a few of my students call my coworkers simps,
Yeah, that's not a good term.
and I asked what that meant because I thought it just meant dumbass.
No.
And apparently, it has like weird like beta male does anything for his woman sort of thing.
Okay. So
And
yeah.
this confuses me about you.
Okay.
So, how are you a self-identified simp?
So here's the thing. I'm not a self-identified simp.
It's literally your username.
Well, no, not really, Ted. It was just like the one time I used that on Jackbox because you can change it to whatever you want, like every time you play the game. So
Yes.
I changed it for like a visual gag every time. And the thing on Twitch is that use of the word simp is banned if you say it. But if you just like put it into like text or some other kind of like chat kind of thing, unless someone's like visually moderating your stuff, then you're fine. But that was the kind of joke to it where simp was just sort of like a word that was banned and we just kept on using it because like it jokingly.
I got it.
Yeah, it was like an inside joke kind of thing.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Now, I've had a lot of my students call one of my coworkers a simp.
That's not usually good.
Now, as
Yeah.
I understand, it's kind of like we'll do anything for the woman to like a ridiculous extent, sort of thing.
It's almost like similar to cuck, really.
Now, this is a guy who occasionally hides, like, changes the names of his coworkers, so his fiance doesn't know that he's talking to a woman.
Okay. That would be yeah.
And
That kind of fits
once they
wonderfully,
described
really.
that, I went, and I couldn't argue with them.
Yeah.
I said
okay.
that wasn't nice, and then they asked me, "Yeah, but I can't say asked." They countered, "Yeah, but it's true."
And you're like, shut up.
But yeah, that's exactly what I did. It was, well, yeah, but don't say it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you in trouble this time because you told me what it means, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate the new knowledge I have in my life. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I literally went, I thought that meant simpleton. And they went, oh, no, it means this.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
And they literally used my coworker as the example.
Okay.
Because it's that well known.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Here we are.
That's not nice. Please don't do that. I'm not going to argue.
Well, okay. Let me go into like a side thing with that because you know the meaning of the word simp basically. Um, there's this site called like OnlyFans. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually have a problem with that site.
Okay. What's your problem?
All right. So I used to follow a lot of cosplayers.
Oh, and they have OnlyFans now.
Look, so there was it was weird because like I first found out about OnlyFans from a podcast I listened to called Dungeons and Daddies, which is about a bunch of dads who have to save their kids from the Forgotten Realms and have to become D&D people.
Nice.
And one of them is in that world a rock star.
Oh.
And he doesn't fully understand what OnlyFans is.
Oh.
So he had one thing. It was just kind of like, oh, this is for like fans that want to keep up like with me like Twitter, but plus.
Yeah.
So like he has like a few like guitar instructional videos.
Oh.
So there's one that's like Glenn fingering, and everyone obviously watches that because they think it's sexual, but no, it's like fingering for guitar.
Okay, that's pretty smart.
Yeah. But then like a few months later, suddenly like 90% of the cosplayers I follow started putting increasingly pornographic images with the private parts blurred out,
Yeah.
saying "follow me on OnlyFans," to the point where I had to
Unfollow.
unfollow most of them. I mean,
Yeah.
I do work for a school.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't mind attractive women being on my Instagram. Like, that's one thing, especially with the cosplaying, because I enjoy the anime and everything, and seeing how people
Partially
do it.
what it's for.
Yeah. Here's a weird thing, though.
Yeah.
All of the women that I still follow,
Yeah.
are black.
Oh.
All the white
Okay.
women made OnlyFans, and a few of the black women didn't. And it's just interesting because now suddenly the algorithm changed, so suddenly I'm like I kept getting suggestions for Afro anime, which is just of like a bunch of black cosplayers doing different anime characters.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
Weirdly enough, like suddenly it's like, huh, okay, I'm into it. Because like it's just interesting seeing how like they change certain characteristics or anything. Like, how do you do this with frilly hair or something?
Oh, yeah. To
Like,
try
it's
and
like, how do you make a Kill la Kill character black? And
Oh, okay.
like they all do a great job. And like I saw one today, it was a guy that did Stain from My Hero Academia.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, okay. I'm glad that this community did not turn pornographic.
Yeah.
This is a weird algorithm thing that I've suddenly ended myself in.
Yeah, these unknown waters that you suddenly are treading.
But they're all really good cosplayers.
Yeah, so it works out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, all right. I did not know I wanted to see this, but I want to see how you do this now. It's like, yeah, please, show me like the black Kill la Kill flare.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to know how you do this.
All right.
And the answer is quality and excellent. Like, they do a great job of that.
Yeah. How do you do Black Goku?
I have not seen a Black Goku.
Well, that's also a joke in of itself, really.
Yeah.
Because do you know what Black Goku is?
No.
Okay, so it's
Super Saiyan 4.
No, it's evil Goku. So there's a there's a scene. There's a scene in one of the like Dragon Ball Super, I believe, where there's an evil Goku that he gets like taken over by like a weird spirit or whatever. They call him like Black Goku. And then Future Trunks goes in and with a bunch of his friends and the police and everything who are about to shoot at Goku, normal Goku, and he says like, wait, don't shoot him. He's not black. As in Black Goku. Oh, yeah. So there was that. But let's go from there into something a little bit more lighthearted.
Yeah, how about some Ninja Turtles?
Yeah. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
All right, so Kevin
Green Machine. Yeah.
Has made my job of pairing RPGs super easy and just went with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Secret of the Ooze.
And you know what? Non-spoiler review.
Yeah.
It's like the first one, but better.
Yeah. Almost exactly, I would say that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically it. Is okay, just like the first one, great, we did it better.
Yeah, here we are. Wait till you see number 3, though.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. I think we've ended it there. Kevin, how many Ninja Turtles would you rate this movie?
4. Personally, it's 4 for me just because I've grown up with this movie for like so long.
3 or 4 for me. It's really hard.
Yeah.
All right, so let's explain some of the plot.
Yeah, just some of it. Why not? So we open up on a bunch of people eating pizza.
Because this is Ninja Turtles, therefore pizza.
Yeah, and then the film director or the cinematographer thought like, just shoot some scenes of like New Yorkers eating pizza. They'll get it. So there was that, and thankfully there was no Twin Towers at the beginning of this film.
No,
not to say that we were safe from that.
No, I noticed them about a third the way into the movie.
It's like a Where's Waldo with you. It's like, where's the Twin Towers? Let me point that out for Kevin.
Look, Kevin, when I first see the Twin Towers, they are very much in my brain.
Where's the Twin Towers? Oh, dude, it's right there behind like the giant. Yeah.
It's not even that. It's just like they were a very obvious like part of the New York skyline.
Well,
like,
yes. Now, not so much. But
yeah,
yes.
Once again, I can honestly claim, Hey, I've been in them. I'm one of the.
That's what she said.
I'm like, I'm one of the diminishing number of people who have been in one of the Twin Tower buildings.
You know what? Fair. Okay.
Like, one of my first memories is our vacation to see the observation deck of that.
Ted. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Ted. But let's go from there. So we
Yeah.
see a bunch of scenes of people eating pizza.
And a pizza delivery boy named Kino.
Kino, yes.
So named after Kevin's gambling habit.
So Ted, you didn't mention this during the whole entire movie, even though like the name came up like several times, and I thought
of
like,
it every time.
oh, okay. So I thought like, oh, maybe just it's not going to bring it up. That'd be nice. But,
no, absolutely
all right,
not.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for him to say something related to like jackpot or something.
That would be really funny. That would be
never happened.
No, I don't know if like Kino was around when this film was made. Was that like I don't know how old Kino is.
All right, Kevin, explain the movie what I like of the history of Kino.
Okay, go for it. So we get to Kino, the pizza delivery boy. He has to deliver a pizza for April O'Neil. And April O'Neil, in case you don't remember, is the news reporter from last time that knows like the Ninja Turtles and helped them save the city. So he goes down, and then he sees a couple of like moving trucks with like it looks like stolen electronic equipment. So he goes down into like this underground mall area where there's a bunch of like stores and everything, and he goes and beats up a couple of would-be robbers. Then there's like 30 more guys who just like appear afterwards, and it looks like he's about to get like killed or beat up. Probably just beat up, not killed. But then afterwards, the Ninja Turtles arrive and save the day and help to in the most goofy manner possible stop a robbery.
So, yeah, I mean, they do sort of beat them up, but at one point they do just do the. Kevin, you're doing actually a pretty good imitation of it, like the clown, like doll things that go back and forth.
Yeah, like the It clown.
Both of the clown things, the things you punch and they come back up.
Yeah.
One of them like mimics that, and just when it comes back up, just beats the hell out of a guy.
Yeah, or like cold cut karate, or I forget what he says.
Yeah, that was actually probably the best part where
Kung Fu cold cuts. Like I forget like what he said.
It was a good line though.
Yeah, not bad.
But the chucker of the crew.
Yeah, a fellow chucker, eh?
Takes up a couple pieces of sausage links and uses them as nunchucks.
Yep.
Have you ever seen Kung Pao?
Yeah. Oh, I love Kung Pao.
Gopher chucks is the only thing I think of.
Oh yes,
or,
yes.
If you ever read like 8-Bit Theater, sword chucks.
Yes, I remember sword chucks from 8-Bit Theater.
Yeah, and sausage chucks, obviously the best version.
Have you finished like 8-Bit Theater?
Oh, nowhere's close.
That's my problem too. It's I go to like another page and just like the text or like top from the bottom. Oh my god, it's so intensive.
But like when I started,
yeah,
it was like up to like 200 something.
Right.
And I got up to a certain point and went, no.
Well,
this is too much.
It reminds me of like Homestuck.
Okay, look, Homestuck is one of the things I tried to get into once.
Yeah.
And couldn't.
What? Not to get like too sidetracked or anything, but I like Homestuck personally. What is it? Just like the characters, or is it just like the story?
It was literally the interface.
Oh, just like the way you go like the next page.
It was like very early on. It was like drag the arms onto this person, but no, you actually just had to click the next page or something. It was like
right. It's sort of like if this was more like a video game, it would work better.
If they didn't present it like it was more of a video game.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like if it was actually just like a video game instead of like there's sometimes moving pictures, but it's not really.
It maybe early on it just didn't know its art direction.
I guess so, and then it just develops from there.
But I did not like it early on, and that was just a barrier for me.
I get you. Shout out to all my Homestuck fans if you're still out there.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. Is he really a Homestuck fan?
He was in college.
Oh, okay. That seems like a formative year for people who are Homestuck fans. It's usually like people in college.
He warned me against getting into it.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. All right. Fair enough. But going back to the
to the Kino. So
gets stuck in a trash can by Raphael.
Yes. Uh, Mythically, though, it started apparently as a way to fund like the Great Wall of China.
Oh, I did not know it had that deep of a history.
Now that's the kind of legend part. Now
Okay.
confirmed
Yeah.
when Portugal took over Macau and made it the gambling capital of the world,
Yeah.
they started giving out Keno licenses in 1847, so it at least existed before that.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. That's okay. That's interesting. I did not know that had that storied of a history.
Yeah,
It's like ancient times, not ancient times, but like 1800s. But
at least it might go into ancient.
oh yeah, from okay, I see what you're
It
saying.
probably existed in some form. Like if it existed enough where there was already a game that people was consistent enough to get a license for,
You're right, right.
it had to have already existed in some form.
Yeah, some like capacity there, basically. Okay, understood. All right. So, God,
But yes, they
yeah,
beat him up.
yeah.
Keno was put in a trash can, and the Ninja Turtles pull him out, tell him to call the cops while they tie up the bodies. They only tie up one guy, and they hang him from a ceiling fan.
Well, in like a wedgie kind of way,
Yeah.
like a high school bully.
The rest get piled up into a human pyramid of unconscious bodies, which is
I like to I like okay, so they don't like literally tie them up at all, but I like to imagine it's like a human centipede kind of situation. Where they
time out. Time
yeah,
out. I like to imagine a human centipede situation should never be in the
in
same
Ninja
sentence.
Turtles.
No, in the same sentence. Like, okay, I like to imagine that as a human centipede. That is not something.
Well, human millipede then. Sorry,
No, the distinction
licensing.
not different. It's like why, Kevin? Why did you want to imagine them as that?
I didn't want to imagine that, but
literally said
no
you
no no
did.
no no. So okay, I can go back and edit this so that doesn't happen.
Yes, you can
But
edit this.
yes, I can. I can edit it multiple different ways. But either way, I'm just saying it. Just because they're not tied up whatsoever, I like to think that they're incapacitated like some way instead of nothing, because they're just piled on top of each other, and that's it. It's gonna take at least like 5 minutes for a cop to get down there in nice part of Manhattan.
True.
So yeah.
On a similar note, if you want the best odds in Keno, 5 numbers.
Okay, you look that up right now.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at the odds, and it's like, oh, if you're, to get 20 hits, it's some ridiculous odds. To get 0 hits, it's some ridiculous odds. The best number is 5.
Well, it goes from like I shouldn't get into this, but I always pick like seven numbers, and then I just hope to God one day.
One second, let me check the odds on 7.
Yeah, okay, yeah, go for it.
Kevin, if you had to guess the odds in 7 being picked, what do you think it would be?
One in like 3 million. One in like 3 trillion.
Way lower.
Oh, one in like 500,000.
Way lower.
One in 7,000.
Way lower.
One in 500.
Lower.
One in 400.
Lower.
One in 200.
Lower.
One in 100.
Lower.
One in 20.
Higher.
One in 50.
88.
One in 88 for 7 numbers to be picked out.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. I'll take those odds. I'll take those odds every day. Ted, new investment plan.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. That's great.
Yeah. Well, the fact that you seem to think that it'd be 1 in 7 trillion, and seem to have done enough practical experience to prove that your luck is bad enough.
That it's not gonna. Well, all right, Ted. New lease on life here. I have a new positive experience or positive thought going on here. I can't always lose.
Have you ever read Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Have
Okay.
you done that?
Yes.
Okay. You know the opening scene where they're flipping coins?
Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. I have that book upstairs, actually.
That's one of my favorite books.
Yeah. No, I love that book, but um,
I saw it once live as a play, and it was the best thing ever.
I wanted to do that in Assumption as like a live play.
That would have been good. The one thing I want to see is
Yeah.
Hamlet performed with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead.
Oh, like
The two
when
plays
do you?
together.
Okay, when do you like do that? Like
So like there's clear like all the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead scenes
yeah.
are in between Hamlet scenes.
Okay, so I see
They're
what you're
made
saying.
to be
In
before
between.
or after certain scenes.
Right. Okay.
You could do both plays simultaneously and just have them in between, because then it's just, Hamlet walks off of the scene and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern talk for a little bit.
How long do you think that play would amount up to?
6 hours.
I can do that. I can swing
I
that.
would 100% watch that.
Yeah, you know what? I've done a weirder amount of times on movies there. So yeah, I would do that.
We are still in like scene 2 of this movie, so we better get on.
Yeah, well, probably. So okay. We go from there. We go to the Twiddles. Going back to April O'Neil's apartment. And Ted, why are they in April O'Neil's apartment? Why aren't they in the sewer? Can you tell me why, Ted?
I actually can.
Okay.
It's because their sewer hideout was discovered by the Foot
Clan. Yes.
Clan.
Yes.
That's an awful name.
Foot Clan. I told you that last time. You said like it was fine.
Upon reflection, it's awful.
Okay. Understood. But yes, they got discovered by the Foot Clan. So
they're staying in April O'Neil's apartment, who seems to have like an interesting apartment where it has one weird window that like leads to the roof, but through a stairway.
It's also a different apartment than she had last time, where the apartment was destroyed from like axes being like chopped into the floor.
I think it's perfectly reasonable to change apartments every once in a while.
Yeah, New York. Yeah, no, yeah. I agree. I'm just saying, no consistency there, Ted.
But it's clearly some time has passed. You can change apartments, Kevin.
All right. How about dropping a male lead character that was in the last film that was a romantic interest for April O'Neil, otherwise known as Casey Jones?
Yeah, I'm super okay with that, actually.
Okay, we're a big fan of Casey, who has a stat block in the book that we read through.
Yeah, so Casey Jones, I mean, he was there. He was a guy with enough combat experience to beat people up.
And a turtle. He beat up a turtle.
Yeah, did I find him
compelling
in any way, shape, or form?
No.
I really found Kino
more compelling. Really? Okay, that's interesting to me.
Kino was just some pizza delivery boy who
tried to infiltrate the Foot Clan.
Well, not only that, like he trained in martial arts, and when he had an opportunity to do something good, he took it.
Yeah.
And he was a bit younger and a bit naiver, and that sort of thing. But the fact that when push came to shove, he wanted to try to do good and do something now.
Kino, this isn't your fight. Yeah, I know. A rat taught me that.
But I still feel like that's a better character.
Yeah, okay, I can see what you're saying there. Instead of just like sports dude who could have been in hockey.
Yeah, Casey Jones is a really weird character.
Well, he's more developed in anything else other than that movie.
That's fair.
So there's
he might be more developed in the Palladium RPG version. I
would believe that. I would definitely believe that.
Okay, Kevin, explain the next scene in the movie while I look up his alignment.
Okay, go ahead. So after we go to April O'Neil's apartment, we're going to the shredder. Not the shredder. Yes, the shredder.
Yeah, he does come up. He puts his hand through the
garbage. So, in case you don't remember from last time, the shredder got put into like a garbage truck and crushed, and then he was dumped off at, ironically enough, the dump. And he put his hand through the trash itself and just burst it on through like a bird cracking through its shell. And afterwards, he met up back with the rest of the Foot Clan, who were all meeting up after they got arrested by the cops, and this was like their last hiding place was the junkyard. So
yeah, the Foot Clan were the ones beat up.
Yeah, Foot Clan are the ones that are beat up. Yeah,
they meet up, and his number 2 was kind of bragging about how he's in charge. Tatsuk.
Yeah, Tatsuk, I shall lead.
Anyone challenge me now, and then suddenly his old boss comes up.
Yeah, and with his shredded face now.
Oh. A burnt evil.
Oh.
He has his own code of honor, but
he's evil.
He's about right, actually. Cause
yeah.
He is just sort of a vigilante.
He did try to kill those kids from like the last movie. Tried to hit them right in the face with a hockey stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even most hockey players won't do that. They'll just like punch you in the head instead. So, I mean, okay, there is that. But after that, there is a news. There's just like a news thing going on with April O'Neil. She's like meeting up with a chemical plant that's like cleaning up the surrounding area. And then they discover that this chemical plant is trying to keep a deep and dark and dirty secret.
Yeah, so they've been dumping chemical waste illegally for years.
Yeah,
But they've reneged on that. They decided that they were going to clean it all up and went public with it. And according to the professor they interview, or she interviews, it's really to keep the real dumping operation they're doing under wraps.
yeah, the real bad illegal one that they did 15 years ago, which is how old the turtles are, by the way.
Yes, which is confusing also because
Yes,
why?
right. Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we're illegally dumping for years. Oh, are they doing this to clean up the 15-year-old operation?
Why now?
Why now? Were they close to discovery?
Maybe.
I don't know. Now, when they go through, there is some interesting spots in the facility that do this,
Yeah.
particularly giant dandelions, which I thought were going to be a way bigger part of the story.
Oh yeah, you thought there'd be like more mutated kind of like
I
plants
thought
going
they
on.
were going to be the mutagens that were
Yeah.
used.
No.
As soon as I saw those, I'm like, oh, some other animal's going to be mutated and then Shredder.
Yeah.
But
No.
I was expecting them to have something to do with it.
Nah.
Yeah. Now, a member of the Foot Clan finds this and brings it back to Shredder,
Yeah.
who then decides that he needs to kidnap the scientist.
Along with like the mutagen.
Yeah, and get some of the mutagen. Now, the scientist is disposing of almost the last bit of the mutagen, which he develops.
One canister left.
Yeah, it's one canister left. Kevin, how would you dispose of illegal chemical waste?
I would say, that's a good question. I'm not sure exactly. Uh, I don't want to say burn it, but
Okay, here's what I would do.
yeah.
I'd put it in like Yeti things and bring them out fishing and dump them when there's no boats in eyesight.
Okay.
I'd bring them on fishing trips and drop them off 3 miles into the ocean.
Okay. He was looking for a more official way to do it, I suppose.
I do not look. I feel like there's so many easy ways to dispose of toxic waste,
Yeah.
and most of them involve getting a bunch of guys dressed as fishermen.
And just dumping them off your boat.
It's not that hard. It's like what's in the cooler, and you just have a false bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Ted. I agree.
I really feel like it's not that hard to do illegal things if you put any amount of thought into them.
That's a good quote to put on a shirt. It's not that hard to do illegal things as long as you put some thought into them. And that's the backside of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it really. It's like my students; they try to smuggle in stuff all the time,
Oh, okay, right.
and the smartest ones put some stuff in obvious spots,
Ah,
so they
okay.
think we found it all,
Right.
and then actually hide some stuff really well.
Yes.
If
Okay.
we find nothing, it gets suspicious. But if it was like, oh, he really did not hide this bag of candy and this charger really well, we don't check to see if he slit his belt in half and made a secret pocket.
Ah, okay. That makes a lot of sense there, I gotta say. I respect that. All right.
You know, it's fun when I have like very frank conversations about them. It's like, yeah, you've gotten way better about smuggling things the last few years. You've done way better. It's like, can I please ask you to stop hiding things in the light switches? That is a fire hazard.
Yeah. There's safer ways to do this here.
Yeah, it's like, look. I'm not saying I'm not impressed.
Mm.
I'm saying you might burn down the building.
Fair.
So look, if there's anything that happens around that just shows up on your desk,
Yeah.
I may or may not just ignore this from now on and know you have it.
Right. Instead of just don't hide in light switches. That's all I ask. Yeah.
Look, guys. I'm willing to play the game as long as you don't cause a fire hazard.
Fair enough, Ted. Fair enough. So
In case you ever wondered what type of person I am.
where would that be on the Palladium scale, Ted?
evil. I'm pragmatic.
Okay, yeah, you are pretty. Yeah, all right.
It's not like, yes, it's against the rules. All right. Yeah, is this going to cause a problem, though?
Yeah, all right. I have to go to the bathroom really quick, so I'm just gonna pause.
Okay. So, Kevin, as we all know, with any amount of radioactive material comes mutations. Now, Kevin, of course, as the master cloner, knows this. He has made a legion of his own clones, and I'm kind of surprised he hasn't done something similar with this. Now, the Shredder forces the professor to mutate the two meanest animals, or most aggressive, I think is the term they use,
Yeah,
animals they could find
in New York.
into killing machines.
Yeah.
And the two animals are interesting. Now, the one that I think actually makes the most sense is a snapping turtle.
Yeah, because snapping turtle.
Yeah, you can find that in New York. You already have a test case for turtles working.
Yeah. Why not?
So the snapping turtle just seems like the obvious upgrade compared to the relatively harmless box turtle that the Ninja Turtles seem to be.
Yeah, or what's that other type of turtle like with the red-eared sides?
I'm not great with turtles. I know
Not me either, but
I know they're soft shell turtles. I know that there are some turtles that instead of being able to retract their heads, they just have like extra long shells and put them to the side, which have super long necks that are really easy to expose.
So, Ted, by the way, have you ever seen the Master of Disguise?
Yes.
Okay. You know that turtle scene?
Yes.
You know that was like filmed during 9/11? That scene in particular? They had a moment of silence on set for 9/11 during that time. And Dana Carvey retracted his head into his suit while he...
The other animal's a wolf. I don't know where to go from that. And I'm the guy who always points out the Twin Towers.
No, well, Ted, sometimes when you have to combat darkness, you have to use darkness a little bit there.
Yeah. All right.
As Sora has taught me from Kingdom Hearts.
Good lesson.
Yeah.
If you're gonna in a world full of heartless, be a Sora.
Yeah. Don't be a Riku. Be a Sora.
If you can't be a Sora, be a Goofy. Don't be Donald. Be a Riku over a Donald.
I was gonna say be a Kyrie.
I'd be a Kyrie over a Donald.
You know, I think almost anyone would be anything over Donald.
I'd still be a Donald over Heartless.
Donald's a little heartless.
I wouldn't. Definitely, I don't want to be a nobody.
Oh my God!
No. We're not.
Ted. Here,
Just a different
Ted.
episode.
Here. Okay. Here's my idea. So instead of going over like a movie or something, we just go over the Kingdom Hearts storyline as best we can.
I'm down.
Okay. We take some time to research this and then go from there. You do your own research, I do my own.
Now, I'm kind of at an advantage here.
Yeah.
There's a podcast I listen to where it's one woman who is, she's a Hollywood, this is one of those podcasts that it's a Hollywood person kind of runs in, that kind of brings the production value up quite a bit.
Yeah. They have the budget for that. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because she has kind of the experience. So she is one of the chief animators on Archer.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Now, mixed with a guy who has 10 podcasts, and this is sort of his primary career.
Yeah.
His other thing is he works at Target.
Oh.
So, he's the main guy.
Yeah.
And then it's the super Hollywood person, which is interesting.
That dynamic, yeah.
It's called Kingdom Smarts. And this woman loved Kingdom Hearts. So does her husband. To the point where they had a Kingdom Hearts themed wedding where the minister that performed the ceremony whipped out a PS2 controller and said, "Press triangle to be married." And the other guy has never played a Kingdom Hearts game. Ever. And the only thing he does is just get the information from her.
Right. And just sort of trickle down Kingdom Hearts economics there.
Yeah, it's from a super fan. It goes into details and everything.
Ted, we could definitely just go into a 2-hour podcast in of itself just about Kingdom Hearts.
Have you played Birth Before Sleep?
Yes.
Okay, that's my favorite.
Okay. That's up there for me as well.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad we're
Yeah.
on the same page.
I like Birth Before Sleep. But going from there,
Yeah, we could talk about Kingdom Hearts all day.
we really could.
It goes Warhammer, Kingdom Hearts, and
Is
then
there a
Dark
Kingdom Hearts
Souls.
RPG?
So, Kevin, tell me about the next theme of the movie as we learn about the stuff as I look up that.
Okay. So, the Ninja Turtles are still at April's house, but Kino comes to deliver some pizza to April.
And he notices the Ninja Turtles.
Yes, and he stomps on Raphael's foot, and reveals them, and faints when he sees a rat. So that kind of racist for Kino, just a little bit. Doesn't faint when he sees a turtle. Faint when he sees like a rat. Not very nice. Either way, April does the same thing in the first movie.
True.
Yeah. So anyway, so Kino gets like a knowledge part of their plans, and he tells them that the Foot is currently trying to recruit new talent into their ranks. They're looking for anybody with any martial arts skill, which Kino has in spades. He's able to beat up dudes. And then he goes from there to trying to convince Master Splinter to let him infiltrate so he can find out where their hideout is, all that good stuff. Master Splinter says no. Raphael says yes. But they kind of go into like an impasse right there, and then it's disagreed upon. After that, I believe there's that whole entire scene of them trying to get like the ooze and then failing because they do like football tricks instead of actually trying to fight them.
Okay. Yeah, they break into the laboratory because like they go in the whole thing of like,
Yeah,
oh, this is our origin, and we can finally figure it out. And Splinter's kind of into it because
yeah,
even he doesn't really
yeah.
know the story.
He's got like the case from like 15 years ago, basically from like the broken file of ooze. Yeah, so he's heavily invested as well.
Yeah, and they break into the secret lab, and one of them hacks the computer, which everyone does machines.
Donatello
And
does
this is
machines.
yes, and
Raphael is cool but cruel.
this is
Give me a
where
break.
one of the weird things happens,
Yeah,
where they talk about
computers.
computers, and they're trying to figure out like the location of this broken vial or something, and because only one of the ways is still active,
Yeah,
and
the scientists like got rid of everything else except this one
yeah,
vial.
and even then, before the Foot Clan came, he would
Yeah,
have, he was getting rid of it,
yeah,
and he says something along the lines of, "Well, I can dig deeper, but if this computer's encoded,
right.
it might crash the whole system."
Yeah, as you do.
Now, Kevin,
Yeah.
what's an encoded computer?
All right, Ted. I'm glad you asked. So here's what an encoded computer is. That's movie speak for the computer has like a password or something to it.
So, my phone is an encoded phone.
In court, according to this movie, yes.
Okay, Kevin, get into my phone.
Okay. I see.
Yep.
All right. So here's one thing that is always interested me in movies. So just
Kev-
random typing.
Kevin is flailing his hand in front of my phone.
Yep, as you do. And I've got it. Nope. All right. Second try. Nope. All right. Last try. And oh my God, the phone bricked itself. It's got like a bunch of computer code appearing
Yeah,
upon
no,
it.
my phone it does
It's a
not.
possum. Oh my God.
Yeah. So to anyone who doesn't know, if anyone sees the lo-fi girl that does like
With the cat.
chill beats to study to,
Yeah.
So my phone background is in fact her, but a possum.
Yep. Like a bird and yeah.
And a bird in the window.
It's cute. It's cute. I like it.
Lo-fi beats this chill dash eat trash too.
Yeah.
Can't take credit for that. Thank you, Michael.
Michael, you're a godsend.
I don't know if you listen to this, Michael, but I hope you're doing well. Also, wish your wife a happy birthday.
Nice.
To all of you who don't know who the hell I'm talking about, Michael's my cousin.
Oh, okay. Wishing your wife a happy birthday? What a simp.
They are. I'm not even joking. They are disturbingly cute together.
Aw, okay. That's nice.
They are disturbingly cute.
Oh, do you know who Bella Delphine is, or Bella Delphine?
No.
Oh, okay. So we talked about like the simp thing like earlier, right?
Yeah, that's you.
Shut up. I will kill you.
Kevin,
Where you stand.
self-described simp.
No, I've never said that. Never will say that. That's not true.
Kevin, in a live stream for a multinational audience.
The multinational audience. Screw yourself.
There
right?
were people from at least 3 countries
Shut up.
on that.
Shut up. There was 10 people there at most.
And 3 of
Shut up, you
different
dick.
countries.
Shut up.
You decided that your
Shut
name was going
up.
to be simp.
You are such a dick.
Am I wrong, though?
You are such a dick. Like, come on.
This is literally why I asked about this.
It was a joke. It was literally a joke. I told you this earlier, dude. Most of the time, it's like my name on there is like Pihan or like Giku or something like stupid stuff like that.
You have Giku.
I've had Giku before.
I've not seen that.
Well, you haven't been on every stream, my dude.
That is true, though. I'm gonna. Well, actually, maybe I'll be able to watch all of them soon.
Yeah, we got them all recorded. So, yeah, they're on there as well. So you can like watch the recorded ones and see if I actually have simp on all of them, which I don't. You dick.
Anyways, Kevin Simp Green.
So I will kill you.
I'm joking. What is your middle name?
Andrew.
Oh, actually kind of fits. You know my middle name?
No, I don't.
Edward.
So, Edward McCarty.
My full name is Ted Edward McCarty Jr.
Yeah. Edward McCarty Jr.
Yeah, people very quickly, like, occasionally people call me Tedward. I'm like, that's actually just my first middle name.
Ah, I see.
And then so it's like, wait, you can't be serious. You want to know the reason for that?
No, what?
My grandmother has a teddy bear named Teddy. And she wanted to name my dad, her youngest child and last child, after like that. So the reason it's Edward is his name is Teddy.
That's cute though.
Oh no, it gets better. My dad wanted to name me Obert or Sonny, both of which after my paternal grandfather.
Okay, right.
My paternal grandfather kind of sucked, so my mother convinced him to name after him instead. Hence
okay.
my name.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. I really cannot express how thankful I am about this.
You know, my nephew's named Sonny.
I'm fully aware, and I think about my awful grandfather. I really do. I know him. I've met Sonny multiple times, and I'm like...
It reminds you of your grandfather every time.
But seriously, like, at one point, like, we had D&D, like, and I came back, like, after I was a pole bearer for Sonny.
Oh my god.
And he was there.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is an awkward... It's like, Sonny, I'm like, I just saw Sonny put in the ground. Like, 2 days ago.
You know what's funny is, I don't know if I told you this, but we went to Peppercorns once, me, my brother, and Sonny. This is when Sonny was like, I think like 5-6 months old or whatever.
Brought the baby to a bar?
Yes, that's my brother. So,
Fair.
So we go to like the bar and everything, and my brother's upset because we can't sit at the bar. We have to like sit at like one of like the high tables and everything.
Sounds like your brother, yes.
Yeah. So what my friend who's the bartender at the bar does, he like goes up to like us and he's like ready to serve us and everything, and asks us like, what do you want to drink and everything. He slowly takes his hand and starts like kind of pushing towards like the baby carriage, because the baby carriage is on top of the like the high table. He slowly makes that motion, like push it off, and Justin's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Well, nothing, dude." He just keeps on.
So, I was about to say like how awful it is, but then again, for D&D when we were at Ben's house, I have taken out a beer can, gave it to Ben's child, and
Flynn, yeah,
and cheers with him.
Yeah, that's always pretty funny. That's always.
Okay, you ever want to really piss off a parent? Here's what I do.
Okay.
I take an apple and like put it in front of the kid's face and go, orange.
Oh my god! Just try to mess with them fundamentally. That's pretty great.
Yeah,
that's pretty great.
I only do it with parents, right? If I'm ever alone with a kid, he's learning philosophy terms very quickly.
All right. I can dig that.
Poor Sebastian is trying to figure out what utilitarianism means right now.
Man. So let's get back to the movie.
Yes, which we keep being sidetracked from, despite the fact that I really like it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I like it a lot too.
Yeah. So they mutate the snapping turtle and wolf.
Yeah.
And
my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yes. Shredder says, "I'm your master," and they go Mama,
Mama,
and
Mama.
imprint on him.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is where I realized Shredder's an idiot because he's calling this like a failed experiment, like how they're imbeciles. Now they were just transformed. Now we later learned that the scientists did in fact sabotage their intelligence.
Yeah, he did. On purpose, yeah.
However,
Shredder doesn't know that.
Shredder doesn't know that, and if I was him in this situation, I'd go, "Oh yeah, duh, I need to teach them." However, he's like, "Oh, I need to get rid of them right now, like they're failed." But they imprinted on him immediately. It's like,
So to be fair to like Shredder and everything, like
sentence.
all right, that ends. But if you're going for revenge in like the kind of like short term, just because you got crushed into like a garbage truck
Yes, I
and you're
understand.
really pissed, like you're wicked pissed, like you had this whole thing going on, like a rat scratched your face, and then like you couldn't find your love or like whatever happened in, like the last film, and then you got crushed into a garbage truck by Casey Jones, who never appears again. Um,
He got arrested, man. He's a murderer.
yeah, he's a murderer. Yeah, you're right. So, well, technically not.
True.
So,
That we know of.
yeah, that we know of. And he already doesn't treat teenagers as children. And why would he like have a special place in his heart for literal animals that are just mutated like that
Yeah,
day?
I'm not like, look, I'm not even thinking special place in his heart. I'm going, oh, they imprinted on me.
Yeah.
They will protect me.
Okay.
Like, someone's like, the scientist professor points out, like, oh, they imprinted on you.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how it took him long enough because these things started calling me mama.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, perfect. Invincible mutant bodyguards.
To be fair though, Ted, like invincible mutant bodyguards that can be bribed with donuts.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a bit later.
But you get what I'm saying? Where like
Yeah.
you have a baby that's guarding you.
True.
It's still a baby
With like spikes and fangs and shit.
and like super strength, but it's a baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is where I think like a day of martial arts lessons might have been very useful.
You haven't tried to teach a baby martial arts before, my friend, and I have, and it's really hard to do.
I might be more motivated if I was Shredder, though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't even have to do with like motivation itself. It has to do with the attention span of the person that's willing to learn and listen.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Kevin, literally, professionally, I tutor kids with severe ADHD.
Okay. Yeah. All
That
right.
is something I do on a daily basis. And the students that get my special attention
Yeah.
have what I can call a love-hate relationship with me.
Ah.
And by that I mean, like, one of their parents sent me Christmas gifts recently. I got a new wardrobe and real maple syrup from her. He might hate my guts. He is also on honor roll.
Ah. Okay. Okay. Fair enough, Ted. Fair enough.
And there is and he knows it. Like, he's like, no, you're too much like me to fail.
Yeah.
I refuse to let you fail. You're gonna oh, you're talking to my parents? One second, let me call your mom. Hello, yes, Cindy, it's a pleasure to talk to you again. Yes, I'm doing the tutoring session. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, he's objecting. Would you like me to put him on the phone? Dad, why do you have your mother on a cell phone? Oh, because we made an educational plan, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic, Ted.
Fun fact: when you're doing that with a parent, instantly you call their mother, and you're on a first name basis with them.
Yeah.
It gets hilarious how much their face changes colors.
Ted, I love you.
Yeah, hey man,
yeah.
I am good at what I do.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you have that article written about you.
I do. I will send that to you.
Yeah,
All kinds of therapy.
I'm waiting. So we go from also my favorite line in the movie. They're babies, babies. Which I will quote with my brother all the time when we're on like driving trips or anything. We just did that to each other like 10 times while we're driving to like the airport, which was the best. I love that scene. But going from there, Shredder decides not to sacrifice the children for.
No, because they're useful.
Yeah, because they're wicked useful.
And good news, because of a agent he has, he kidnaps one of the Ninja Turtles.
Yes, he does. Well, it more so when like Kino finds out their secret location, right? Raphael is with him because he's like egging him on to do this plan. And then Raphael gets discovered by Tatsuk,
Yep.
the second in command, and then he gets captured and set as like bait for Kino to have the other Ninja Turtles come and try and like rescue Raphael. Basic idea, but going from there, they have their first fight with Toka and Raza, the two mutants that Shredder now
Is that their
controls.
name?
Yeah, and interesting thing to kind of like talk about this, like in the like show, it's Bebop and Rocksteady is like the names of the two mutants that Shredder controls.
That's awesome.
Yeah. By the way, if you never watched like the show before, like the Shredder is voiced by like the dad from Fresh Prince of Bel Air, like Uncle Phil.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's like it's amazing. I love that guy so much. Um, but Bebop and Rocksteady are a warthog and a rhino, respectively. I believe.
That's a really good animal team.
Yeah.
Like
No.
they're
Yeah.
both chargers. They're kind of headstrong and powerful and tough. They're blunt. They're kind of the anti-ninja animals.
Yeah. And
That's a really good foil for the idea. Like that's a great concept. Why the fuck did they change that?
I have no idea,
Like
but
those are like it's like a natural enemy almost of a ninja.
another interesting thing too, along with that, is that it's kind of the opposite of like the Ninja Turtles, where they were human to begin with, and then they were just like
Oh,
with those animals at the time, and then they just had the mutagen sprayed on top of them, and somehow that just like mixed them together into those things. And I think Rocksteady is the Rhino, but Rocksteady has like these really cool goggles on top of his head, and he's like got the Rhino horn. Like you should like look at some like pictures of these guys. They're pretty cool.
yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
disappointing they didn't do that.
I know, and that was always like a big complaint with like the movie itself is that they didn't try and do like Bebop and Rocksteady. They just like went with these totally different animals that have less personality.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Oh, anyways, here's a segment of the article.
Okay, I'll read this and you talk about the plot, my friend.
Yeah, so the Ninja Turtles go to rescue their brother and get their ass whooped by these two animals. Like it's not even a fight. They admittedly have
Most of this movie is not a fight.
there's shocking little fighting in this movie about Ninja Turtles. Um, they decide the best thing to do against Snapping Turtle though is to hit mid center of the shell. Like
As
right
you do.
now, turtle shells are actually an extension of rib cages,
Yes.
so it makes no sense to go for that. Like leave it a little bit lower from when they went to would have been better.
Or
But
how
no,
about hit him in the giant freaking head that's popping out of that
yeah,
shell?
possibly with a sword, which never gets drawn.
Well, okay, we're. I was gonna ask about this here, but how annoying is it that the one turtle that has a blade never uses the blade?
Okay, so I've been
Uses like once to stick it into the ceiling.
now I was thinking about this and how like obviously cutting things causes blood and that raise the rating.
Yeah,
Very okay. One kind of comedic scene
yeah.
early on where he accidentally grabs kendo swords.
Oh, just like the wooden swords instead.
Yes.
Yeah, it goes for
And then
that.
like he's stuck using them for the rest of the movie. Like his real swords get like destroyed or something, and he's stuck with kendo swords, and he's just hitting people with functionally sticks.
Leonardo, 10 flips, and you have to use kendo swords from now on.
Well, not even that. Like he just loses his swords or something.
Yeah, or that would be nice. Or I don't know. He tries to use the swords against the turtle, and they just like break.
That'd be cool. Like actually
Yeah,
stabs at the shell and it shatters.
yeah, that would be really cool. I think. Yeah, I agree.
But no. That being said, they do make an escape, the Ninja Turtles,
Yeah,
and it's on brand because they find a manhole cover.
and
For,
in the dump.
yeah, which I'm not sure makes sense. Honestly, I don't know enough. I'm gonna go with it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And obviously, they've lived most of their lives in the sewer, so they have a very good knowledge of that. Like, oh, good God, safety.
Yeah,
And they all flee into that, and the snapping turtle is ever so slightly bigger.
yeah, like a little bit fatter with his shell or whatever, and it
Yeah,
also has spikes on it. So I
yeah,
guess.
like he's kind of Bowser-esque.
Yeah, oh, he's definitely, yeah. If they named him Bowser instead of like Raza or
That'd be
whatever,
a copyright infringement.
well, yes. King Koopa. Also, still a copyright
Yeah,
infringement, I suppose.
not better.
It if you change the name from like one name to the other, do you still own both names if you don't use it?
I think you have the trademark of both,
Okay,
and you'd have to register both of them separately.
so like Doctor Eggman and like Robotnik
I'm pretty sure are both separate um,
trademarks.
trademarks.
Okay, I was like wondering about that just because like why would you change the names?
So I think actually like, it's a translation issue with that.
Really?
I
Okay.
think so. I know there was something with My Hero Academia about quirk because in Japanese it translates to originality or personality,
Oh,
and some just rando guy who translated in English as a you know passion of love sort of thing
yeah.
translated as quirk, and originally they translated as originality, and the fan base hated it, so they went with the unofficial translation and made it canon.
That's amazing. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Dude, I like Quirk a lot better.
Yeah, it's better than like individuality and yeah, like
Or
things.
originality or like
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever
Like,
it was, it's something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. That's so much better. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
agree.
quirk is kind of cute. It's a fun word.
Yeah, and plus like everyone has their own little
Quirk.
quirk.
Yeah,
Unless you're Deku who has no quirk and that's why he's so boring.
yeah. Actually, I don't mind Deco as a character. Like I
Me
wish
either. I like
I
Deku.
wish he didn't get All Might's power.
Oh, yeah.
Um, for multiple reasons. Actually, I think I might have mentioned this in a previous episode. Currently, my students in a formerly Mutants Mastermind, now Fate Accelerated campaign
Yeah.
set in that universe currently have to kill
Oh, because has he like gone crazy with like the
him.
power or
No,
something or
they did not never ask the year, and they work with a woman who has a time travel quirk,
Oh, okay.
and they're like, okay, guys, I've looked up and like she explains the one for all to all of them.
Yeah.
It's like okay, it ends horribly unless we kill this guy. Okay, who's the guy? He goes by Midoriya.
Oh, okay. Is he still a kid in that timeline
It's
or
before he met All Might.
that's not good,
So
Ted.
you either have to kill him or prevent him from ever meeting All Might.
I'd rather do the prevent him from eating all night thing.
Yeah, so like they have to like hunt down the villains and everything that he interacted with and get rid
Oh,
of them
the
before.
slime one?
Yeah, beforehand.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay. I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
they have to make sure he never gets the power.
That's kind of sad because that's his whole like life's ambition and dream.
Yeah, don't worry, he's gonna become Batman.
Oh, so
He's
more
gonna
of like
become vigilant. He's gonna become a vigilante with like tech because he overthinks things and like hunts them down.
okay. That's a lot of like Midoriya like fan fiction.
Yeah. Okay, well that's what's gonna happen in my campaign because like him doing like the super scroll thing in his brain where he makes the books and all these things.
You're
He's
right,
like
right.
gonna hunt them down when the heroes can't catch him because he can make a profile and then is probably gonna get picked up by a hero agency as a sidekick to like make these things.
Oh, right, to
So he's
help
gonna
out
like
like the
work.
heroes.
He's gonna work for like Endeavor.
Oh, Endeavor would be like that would be interesting.
Yeah, and he's gonna work for him and like make personality profiles for villains to stop them.
Yes, that's smart. I like that a lot.
So, anyways, if you want to ever know what campaign I'm going to run, well, am running
what's the name of the homeroom teacher that they have?
in my game,
No, no, no. In My Hero, Deku's like homeroom teacher.
Eraserhead.
Yeah, like I could see him also like just working with Eraserhead.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could also just see that. But
yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. I say it.
yeah, just like in a sleeping bag, like Deku, get get me the profile, please. Um,
I don't
yeah,
want to open my eyes. You just tell me the report.
yeah, just be my Audible book, please, my audio book.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a good. I might have to do that instead of Endeavor. They just went to Japan and they're dealing with the crawler right
Oh, okay, nice. All right, all right.
now. Who is very suspicious of them, and they keep finding him. But they've all read the Vigilante series. They've read my copies of it to be precise.
Oh, nice.
So they're
Okay.
all very familiar with him.
Yeah.
They're like, but they like, he is very suspicious. Like, do we have to kill the crawler?
Oh, okay.
The answer is no. I
Yeah.
make sure there's always a non-violent outcome if they take it.
Which I always appreciate. That's
Yeah.
always kind of nice.
Anyway, speaking of violent outcomes, Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles.
So Raphael is captured.
Yes.
Set up his bait.
And after finding an abandoned subway car, his brothers find him. They get their ass kicked. They escape through the sewers.
Yep.
They are saved by Splinter,
Who fires an arrow and releases their net.
Yeah, which, by the way, he could have just put an arrow through Shredder's eye at that point.
Yeah, because Shredder was just standing in the open.
Yeah, very easily.
You know what would have been cool is that he shot the arrow, it went through the rope and just continued on to Shredder, and Shredder caught it.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been a much cooler thing where it's just hey, two birds, one stone, bump, and he just shot the arrow.
Just wait for the perfect moment for them to align.
Yeah, and he's like, damn, he's still got that quick reflexes there, even though he's got crushed by that freaking.
That would have made Shredder a more credible villain too.
Yeah, that too. I mean, in this, he has a certain quirk himself, which we'll get into later.
Right. So, the Ninja Turtles also rescue the professor.
Yes.
Who makes an anti-mutagen.
Yes, which gets mixed with pizza.
And they accidentally put pizza in it.
Yeah.
As the Ninja Turtles. And it has to be ingested to turn them back.
Yes.
So the Ninja Turtles obviously come up with the best possible plan for this.
Yeah. Donuts.
So they put the anti-mutagen in donuts.
Well, they freeze it in ice cubes and place them inside of the donuts.
All right, Kevin. I've been thinking for a while now.
Yeah.
How I would have done this.
Okay.
And they've proven themselves earlier in the film to be master of stealth and everything.
Right.
And all I could think of was, these guys have to drink water, right? Why not put it in the water supply?
I was thinking blow darts.
Blow darts would be good too.
Why not blow darts?
Both of these are blow darts actually super simple, direct to the veins.
Yeah.
Now they said it has to be ingested, but at the same time, probably to the veins is just fine.
In the bloodstream itself,
yeah,
it's fine. You know, with that burping problem.
Yeah. But no, they basically break into the Foot Clan's hideout.
Yeah.
And are surrounded immediately, and offer the traditional pre-combat donuts.
As you do.
While loudly talking about how this will never work.
Yeah. So, okay. So, Ted, here's my thing. That I'll say in defense of this move.
I'm listening.
Okay. So first off, donuts are good.
That is legitimately the most compelling argument. Yes.
Yes, donuts are good. So at the same time too, the Ninja Turtles are the most un-ninja-like people ever.
I don't know. I've played Ninja Burger with a guy named Trevor before.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah. Also, I have just done it with a guy called Nighty Night who just has narcolepsy and is in full plate all the time.
Okay. That's a great name.
Yeah, that was another of Andrew's amazing characters.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But also, at one point, we had just played it at a con with a guy who just played Harry Dresden.
Ah, okay. That works out as well.
I was dressed as him and met the author that day.
Oh, that's really nice.
This is before I read the books.
Okay, right.
So I didn't know, but they were delivering to Santa Claus, and he just as Santa Claus, I went Dresden, and he just goes Crinkle, and then a couple people started laughing. It's yeah, that's probably how this would have went down.
Yeah.
Now that I read the books, no, they're much friendlier than
that. By the way, that reminds me of Mad Elf Ale, if you remember that, where I think I played as Santa Claus, and then.
Oh, was this the freaking RPG thing I ran at the Gathering place?
Yes, it was. Yes, that was it. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was. Those were the days.
Yeah, those were good times.
I had 28 people in one D&D party.
Yes, I remember that.
a friend of mine, when it's when the number was posted, just posted does Ted have whiplash yet?
Yeah, just every 5 seconds, turn your neck to look at somebody. God. But going from there, so obviously donuts are, the most offerable kind of food you could have for like a turtle and a wolf.
Okay, look.
It has dairy in it.
Over the last like 6 months, I found out I have a really Homer Simpson-esque weakness for donuts.
Oh, that reminds me. You should go to this place that's at the DCU. It's called Glazy Susan's.
That was
Oh, dude, it's so good. I had there recently. They had a um cheesecake donut. So it's like cheesecake filling within like a donut.
amazing. So the best donut I ever had
Yeah.
was actually in Portland, Maine.
Oh, okay.
I
Right.
visited a couple of friends of mine who were going to college up there at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and there's this donut place they insisted on bringing me to,
Yeah.
and it's all potato bread donuts,
Okay. So like, yeah.
which happens to be gluten free, but it didn't matter to me at the time. But they make a certain amount of donuts every day,
Yeah.
and they're open until they sell out.
Oh, okay.
They're never open past noon.
Ah, so because they sell out almost immediately. So
I had a pomegranate donut.
they have those here too. By the way.
That's
Yeah.
good to know. Now, I got this because it was like a weird color, and I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It was heavenly.
So this one ups that just like a little bit because they have Vietnamese coffee there.
Sold.
Yeah, and they also have you can get like a dark and stormy, which is like a sea foam. So it's like salt foam on top of your Vietnamese coffee. So I recommend it entirely. And
Kevin,
plus,
I love me some Vietnamese coffee.
Vietnamese coffee is amazing.
Yeah, that was something like when I was living in Boston.
Yeah.
I very quickly found that like for like one solid month, I used to for like 3 months straight, I guard this one bank in North Quincy, which has the highest second generation Chinese immigrant population.
Oh, okay.
But there was this one guy named Vu who was Vietnamese,
Yeah.
and me and him, he only worked there for a month till he quit. But me
Mm.
and him hung out all the time.
Right. Right.
They just disappeared.
Oh.
He came back for like one holiday, gave me a gift. I never saw him again.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
But me and him hung out, and like he introduced me to all these like cool clubs and everything. And Vietnamese coffee was one thing he did. Also, I went to a bunch of like really cool high end nightclubs,
Oh, nice.
and I was the only guy who wasn't Asian.
Ah. Okay. Crazy Rich Asians.
I had no idea. I have not seen that movie.
Okay.
I want to, but I had no idea what anyone was saying or doing at any given time. I was just sitting there drinking, what's it called, the rice soju.
It's either like yeah, it's probably like soju if you're like
I'm
the
pretty sure it
Korean
was.
one.
I'm pretty sure it was soju.
Okay.
Just the entire time, just getting hammered while all this stuff, like crazy shit's happening. Like the amount of like millions of dollars I probably saw gambled in like these back in places. Like it was
Oh,
amazing.
dude, yeah, like they're crazy, but I have my brother's dad.
Yeah.
Who's nice Korean guy, but one thing he would do is just like warm up his hands, right? Just like rub them together like so.
Yeah.
And he put his like hands like between like a soju bottle and like the cap would just like pop off.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, it was like really cool. So he would do stuff like that. He's like a really cool guy. But we also went to like a what's that place called? Like a hookah shop,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we had like the giant like watermelon hookah,
Yeah, I've had
right?
that before.
Yeah. He would just like, and just like his first time ever doing it because he's never like experienced that before, and just like he would like take like a little thing of it and just like puff it into the air and just like, oh, chimney. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was like the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Once again, this podcast and Kevin and myself personally very pro South Korean.
Yeah, very pro South Korean. I agree.
This is a very pro South Korean podcast.
If we're to do a business trip, yeah, South Korea would be fine.
South Korea, I feel like we'd probably do well there.
Yeah, I think so. We'd have a good time.
Everyone I've met from South Korea, I've just gotten along with. Once again,
Yeah.
if you're the type of person to leave South Korea to America, chances are I'm the type of person to get along with you.
Yeah, fair enough. So let's get into Vanilla Ice.
Yes. So as the Ninja Turtles feed the donuts to the
The
monsters,
mutants. Yeah.
and they eat a few, but then discover the ice clumps in them.
Yeah, the ice cubes,
ice cubes,
the vanilla ice, if you will.
and they start fighting, and they get thrown through a wall. And apparently, the abandoned warehouse they were in is right next to a nightclub.
Yeah, a nightclub on the docks, apparently.
Yes. Now, part of me feels like that's a reasonable rave spot.
Yeah.
Not a reasonable rave spot for Vanilla Ice to make an appearance.
No, but Vanilla Ice makes an appearance, and he does the best Ninja Turtle rap song he could possibly make in a weekend.
Yeah, and like it's actually done as if he's doing it off the cup. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like a bunch of the club goers are originally worried and think they're like people in costume, and this is part of the act.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what?
What's an intro will go down, down. Green Machine looking for something fighting for me.
Kevin, is that why your username in so many things Scream Machine? Is it from this movie?
Yeah. I love this, dude. I've seen this movie so many times when I was a kid, so I thought Green Machine was great.
It works so well.
It does.
3 different levels. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
literally,
I love that
literally on
so
every level
much.
it works. Yeah.
I love that so much because honestly, like this was a really good part of the movie.
It was
Like I like fighting choreography to sort of music like this, and they do a pretty good job of it.
they do it like they do a pretty decent job of it. Yeah, just like the bouncing off the shells and just like kicking and like doing a bunch of
It's a
stuff.
fun little fight.
Yeah, they shove fire extinguishers down their throats.
Well, yeah, because apparently their burping is delaying the reaction of the anti-mutagen.
Yeah.
So they need more carbon dioxide. And honestly, I thought this was going to get solved through the power of smoking.
Cigarettes. Yeah.
I really thought cigarettes were going to save the day. Like, we're going to have, like, the next mutant was Joe Camel. And,
or like the Marlboro Man would just like ride in.
yeah. I've actually played the Marlboro Man in Pathfinder.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, I think I've explained X-Crawl where it's this.
Yeah.
Occasionally, Andrew runs a campaign, and I play a cowboy named Arkansas McLean,
Oh,
who
that's
is, in
great.
fact, the Marlboro Man.
That's great.
Like, he smokes menthol cigarettes and, like, he's a special archetype from a third party that just is super good with a lasso.
That's great.
He rides a camel because he got that level 4. Like, he
Makes sense.
because of weird X-Pro rules, he has a super soaker full of alchemist fire, and occasionally uses it to light his cigarettes.
Oh, that's his Agent Orange.
Yeah, it's just like it's something he does. Like, he's like killing something like with a ridiculous longsword, and like it takes a long drag, mild as May, and just like murders something.
I like that a lot. That's really good, Ted. That's really good.
Enough, he has a full backstory. He's actually a really boring guy. His most interesting fact is he makes his own outfits because his dad's a tailor who specializes. He's a half elf.
Oh.
And both his parents are half elves.
Oh, okay, right.
And his father specializes in making like high-end clothing for half elves.
That's really cool. Okay, I like that a lot. He just happens to be like,
yeah, and then like he makes his own like he has like these cool cowboy outfits like he makes himself.
Oh, that's really cool.
The other thing is he has a greyhound named Pancake. Who he runs with every morning.
Aw,
that's like his. He's like not a strength guy. He's a dex guy. So like he like does acrobatics and runs every day.
Nice. Okay. I can dig that. That's that's pretty sweet.
He has a full backstory.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It came up like once, but still.
But it's still a backstory that he has. So, we
the anti-mutagens eventually works, and they turn into just a very sleepy husky and a snapping turtle just on a club floor.
Yeah, which is cute.
Yeah, and then Shredder takes out the canister of the ooze that mutated the turtles in the first place, the last one.
Yeah.
And they try to take it away from him, but he gets it back.
Yeah, Kino arrives and kicks it out of his hands.
Which seems like something any of them could have done at the time, and Kino's the only one with agency.
Well, it's okay. There was a previous scene where Kino was talking to Splinter.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I want to go help out the turtles. I don't want to just like sit here and meditate. So I want to do that. And Splinter's like, maybe not. You're just a kid. So let's like calm it down a little bit. And he's like, you can't keep me here, old man. And he's like, yeah, I can't. And then he just like lets him go.
He's sort of Splinter's sort of the anti-Yoda.
Oh.
Yoda's like, you must not go.
Yeah.
And Spencer's like, yeah, you can go if you want to.
Yeah, I can't stop you.
He
Which,
really doesn't try to put up an argument.
I mean, the argument itself is that you have youth and I have experience, and then
The Ninja Turtles have both.
yeah, and that's the argument, right? And then
But,
eventually that's proven kind of right.
yeah, but Kino, like, when we first meet him, just kick five guys' asses.
Yeah, but the
Kevin,
turtles can take out like 20 guys.
true, but an extra five guys down is not bad.
No, that's not bad.
That's an advantage I'd be willing to have on my side.
Fair. I think it's also kind of like the if you have to think about like another person while you're fighting with them,
Mm.
that does take down your own
Yeah, I
skill.
suppose. Like at least the Ninja Turtles have trained with each other
Yeah.
probably for years and relentlessly and to a point of probably annoyance.
Yeah. So you can definitely like trust that person to your back, but you're not thinking of a civilian or someone who has like lesser skill if you're
Yeah,
trying to protect them.
I get that.
So makes sense to me. But goes in, kind of saves the day, but Shredder also has like a tiny vial of the mutagen.
Yes, which, by the way, if you're Kevin, if you ever go super villain,
Yeah,
have a backup plan.
always.
Yeah, I feel like that's the sort of thing. And given that you are the master cloner, I feel like you are the closest person to Shredder I know.
Have you ever seen One Punch Man?
What punch? Only the first season.
In the first season, they have like that clone guy.
Yes.
I can see myself more as that guy.
Now I need to rewatch One Punch Man, possibly tonight. Because I fucking love that anime. That's the next anime my students watch.
Yeah, it's so good.
Because currently I'm having them all. They have to. All the animes have to be approved by me.
Yeah.
So currently they're watching My Hero Academia.
Yes,
And
nice.
the next one they're watching is One Punch Man.
One Punch Man is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that anime.
Yeah. During October, I make them all watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, nice.
And I make sure the lock-in episode where they has the date
Yeah.
is the same day I show them.
Oh.
I forget if it's November or October. I always have to look it up.
Yeah.
But like, I make sure that's the day.
That's really cool, though. I like that a lot. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Okay. That's great.
Once again, I'm good at my job.
Yeah.
I put effort into this shit, even if it's just making sure they watch good anime.
Yeah. I mean, informative. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you're going to watch. In a world full of seven deadly sins, be a Full Metal Alchemist.
I'm not going to say that's a deep cut, but that's.
Am I wrong, though?
In a world of Inuyasha, be a Full Metal Alchemist instead. I'll agree with that, sure.
Yeah, though, over the summer, I realized that I suddenly had the option of making them all watch Avatar The Last Airbender.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And one kid looked over at me, it's like, huh, you're kind of like Iroh, and I nearly, like, cried.
Yeah, yeah. Tears of joy.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I've succeeded.
You're my Zuko, which means I, as Ted, hate you.
I do not like Goku. Yeah, he's the worst character in the show.
You came back on that though.
Yeah, don't say it. You've done. Let me rephrase that. He's still the worst character. I'm not saying he's a bad character.
Okay, that's a good way to rephrase that. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's that's as far as what I do.
That's the compromise we have between each other here.
Yeah, it does help that a lot of my students sympathize with him,
Yeah.
and that sort of like personal spin on it made it like, oh, okay.
I can see where people would like this character.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. He makes like a lot of stupid mistakes, but
Look, I think I've said to have we talked about this on the podcast before, Kevin?
no, we talked about it like at the hookah bar that we used to go to.
We talked about this a lot of times.
Yeah,
like,
we talked about that in like Code Lyoko at that like
which is
hookah
now
bar.
on Netflix apparently.
Oh, is it really?
I saw that on Facebook today.
Show still sucks.
It's like, did I argue it was good?
I think we both argued that the show sucks in different ways.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because like the animation along with like the story kind of sucks.
The animation's so weird. I know it's like by a French studio.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that thing we just talked about with Earwig and the Witch.
Yes.
So like
that's a good way.
yeah, just like that same like really like weird.
Yeah.
You have like the 2D and then you go like the 3D world and everything. The 3D world just looks like awful, and the 2D world's not developed enough to make it like look good.
Damn it, Kevin! Now I forgot what I was about to say about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Whatever. Well, I'm sure
The movie sucks.
The movie sucks. I'm sure Kevin's gonna have me watch it eventually.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Ah.
Now, Kevin, I was actually given a choice long ago. I was at the drive-in movie theaters in Leicester,
Yeah,
and I got the choice between some random chick flick
oh, and that
and that. And
went with
I
the
remember the
yeah.
commercials being so bad and me really liking the franchise, going, no, I'm watching the chick flick. And then afterwards going, so how was the movie? And really hoping I was wrong and that I was right. And I hate when I'm right, Kevin. I feel like when I'm right, everything sucks.
So, Ted, let me ask you a question here. Two questions really specifically here. Do you like Avatar: The Last Airbender, the TV series?
Kevin, I literally told you how I made all of my students watch it.
Okay.
I think it's an important thing for a young person to know in their life.
How do you feel about whitewashing?
Yeah, this is something I know where like this is like I saw the commercials
Yeah.
and I was trying to figure out why the Tibetan monk guy was white,
Oh yeah.
let alone the Inuits.
Only some of them though. Only the main leads. And the grandmother.
The grandmother too.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, she's like wicked white.
okay, look,
Like white as like the moon.
look. I'm just saying, Avatar. Like I was already knew enough about anime and everything to know, but Avatar is one of those very few things that has non-anime appeal, like,
Yeah.
but is very clearly based off Eastern cultures.
Yeah. Yeah. It has like that a lot of
Yeah,
influence there.
like you don't think, oh, this takes place in England.
No, no, no.
Like
It's like obviously
yes,
Japan.
China, like
I would say maybe Korea, like
yeah.
with some of
So
that. Yeah.
I mean, I would, from what I understand, and this is just my guess, I've always assumed the Fire Nation, the Island Nation with a super military was
It's like
Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
The Earth Kingdom, the kingdom with a inept king with a super bureaucracy and a lot of independent semi-cities is China.
Yeah.
The air nomads or monks are Tibet,
Yeah.
and then in the south we have the Inuits and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So
I
like
mean,
that's what I've
it's
always
a fair assumption there.
yeah that's what I've got. It's like why would any of those people be white?
Well, Ted. Um. Yeah.
And the worst part is like I know that's a thing because I saw the commercials and even I was like as like a teenager was like wait
Well,
what like
who's the main character in Avatar?
Ang
No.
Ong
Yes.
I
That's how you actually pronounce it, Ted. It's pronounced Ong.
M Night Shyamalan what the fuck
Yeah.
yeah
I'm glad the second one's coming out soon.
if that actually comes out I'm getting in a car crash.
No, dude, don't say that. That's an awful thing. Don't say that. Ted. That's awful. That's really bad. Never say that. Never say you nuts. Come on, Ted. That's freaking. Oh God.
That's not coming out though.
No, it's coming out right now. Just don't do that.
Wait, you're fucking kidding me.
I am, but I mean, anything's possible. I didn't think like Zack Snyder's Justice League would be coming out, but it is.
I don't want to live with this planet anymore.
Dude, I didn't think Sonic 2 would be coming out, but here we are.
Actually, I watched Sonic in theaters. I thought it was meh.
Here's my thing. Like, I would have preferred it with the old animation style.
Hard to disagree.
I would have preferred it with the old animation style because it'd be more interesting instead of what it is,
Yeah.
which is kind of boring.
A podcast I listened to pointed out how you could replace Sonic with anything in that movie. Interesting enough, something I brought up in this one was when Splinter, saved the Ninja Turtles by coming
Yeah.
there. I was like, I expected him to say dangerously cheesy.
Oh God, yeah.
They said like, if instead of doing something super fast, he did something dangerously cheesy, the entire Sonic movie could be about Chester Cheetah.
Oh, dude, and like the rings he goes through or whatever are just like Cheetos.
Yeah, there is very little difference you have to make the Cheetos commercial.
You know, there's like a Chester Cheetah like video game.
All right, I know what we're doing after recording. Now,
Uh
Splinter does get mutated
yes.
and becomes large.
Yeah. Shredder, you meant.
Shredder, sorry, not Splinter. I wish Splinter got mutated.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, you like young and large, like the Fountain of Youth or something.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, no, I agree. But no, Shredder, along with getting mutated, gets his clothes mutated as well.
Yes,
Gets
because
more spikes.
Hulk syndrome.
Yeah, where the clothes change with the transformation.
Yeah,
Yeah. I always thought that was weird.
it's weird.
Do you have you ever seen like Shield Hero?
Shield Hero?
Yeah, it's an anime. It's a pretty good anime. It's like isekai,
Oh,
where you go into like a different world and
I'm
everything.
always a fan of those. I mean, I was a fan of those before there was a word for it.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed dot hack.
yeah. That sort of a style of going into a different
Yeah,
world and everything.
which I always my students were always angry at me when I referred to Sword Art Online as the bad dot hack.
It's true though, because Sword Art aren't. I hate that show so much.
Yeah,
I also hate that other show that you like.
Log Horizon.
I hate that show so much.
I really like the Jess
I
side.
whatever. We can disagree that forever, but um, going from there, Um, not sure where I was going from there, but it had something to do with. Oh yeah, Shield Hero.
Yeah, and then costume change when they get larger.
Yeah. So in that show, there is a character that changes from like a bird into like a girl, like
Okay,
like a person or everything. So they have to like go and make certain like magical clothing just so she can change into those different forms without like her clothing tearing every single time.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought that was like a really cool kind of thing to have that in there. You should check out Shield Hero, by the way. It's a really good
If
show.
you text me, I'll watch
Okay, it's on do you have like Verve,
it. No, but I can find it.
Crunchyroll?
No, I pay for one thing,
What do you pay for?
Netflix, so that's only so my parents can use it.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I leech off a friend of mine for Disney Plus.
You could leech off me for Verve. That'd be fine. It's Shield Hero is really good. Okay. All right.
I
Anyway.
cannot stress how much that would make me happy. If you let me leech off you for that, please.
All right. Let's discuss the end of this film.
All right. So they're
Super
underneath.
Shredder.
Super Shredder is underneath a pier.
Yeah, like a dock.
The Ninja Turtles and starts bashing the support columns
Yeah, just to kill the turtles.
and himself, and they point this out to him,
Yeah,
and he does not care.
yeah. He just wants to kill them
And Kevin, how are they all saved?
because they're turtles and because they float in water. Because they, I don't really. Don't
So
really
honest to God, I really thought the answer to this film, like when they said that,
would be their shells.
I thought they were all going to retract into their shells and just kind of chill while it collapses on him,
Yeah,
and then just like work their way out slowly and painfully, but still alive because they are have shells.
yeah, like natural body armor that protects them from
Yeah, they have
blunt
AC
impacts.
17,
Yeah, exactly.
both in palladium and in 5e.
Yeah, there we are. But instead of doing that, they just
Just save their turtles and just kind of live.
yeah.
It's really weird.
The ending's weird with that. I was if the budget was a little bit higher or if they cut down on like some of the other scenes, I was hoping for like a fight scene with like the Super Shredder and like them. Shove a fire extinguisher down his throat. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, and then they live and they all live happily ever after, basically.
Yeah. Till the third movie.
Yeah, which I'm looking forward to. Now,
You're looking forward to, eh?
you said it was the worst, and I have plans depending on what direction it goes.
Okay, understood.
Now, Kevin, we talked about it earlier, and I'm going to give this a 3 Ninja Turtles out of 4.
I'll give it 4.
And, okay, the only reason I'm not giving it 4 is because there was plenty of scenes where there could have been a cool fight, and they just don't.
So that's part of like the charm of this film to me. Just like from viewing it as like a kid, um, understandably enough, if you're a child, that you do get kind of like bored of seeing like the same thing over and over again. So they do have like the interspersed like clown scene of
Yeah.
Donatello doing that, and then like an actual fight scene where it's actually like cool martial art kind of stuff going on. And I appreciate the audience that they're going for, that they cater to that. It's like kids are going to watch this film, it's PG, whatever, and then people are going to want to see different things happening all the time. So I can appreciate that. And that's why I give it 4 out of 4.
Okay, I'm gonna give it 3, just because I feel like they could have done some amazing, cool fight scenes,
Oh, they could have, yeah.
and just didn't. Like, there's several times where like trying to get vials or something where they just don't fight for no apparent reason.
Yeah, they just like play football. There's like a lot of scenes of that.
Yeah,
There's like a lot of football in this
Yeah,
movie
that's
for
my
some
main
reason.
complaint. It's like I want to see flashy martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
I have a martial arts expert next to me to judge the martial arts.
Yeah, I said 4 out of 10.
Yeah, but there wasn't enough.
No, the quantity was lacking.
Yeah, the quantity, and the quality was the same as the last movie.
I would say some aspects like a little bit higher, especially with like Kino. With some is like his fight scenes were more interesting. With like the kicking and then the kind of like the landing from his foot getting like grabbed and doing like the 360 up on like the other side of his foot, landing with like that other foot as well. Not bad.
Okay, that's actually good to know because
Yeah,
I enjoyed his fight scenes.
yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them a lot too.
Yeah.
When you're not wearing a bulky turtle outfit, you can do a lot better fight scenes.
Yeah, even though they seem to do overly flashy things, anyways.
I like Michelangelo's 3, 4.
Yeah, so Splinter has him do backflips as like punishment, and when they're not paying attention, he just makes clapping noises.
Does it make it sound like he's doing backflips?
It seems very realistic to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, Kevin.
Yes.
Just a quick preview for next week. We have a picture of Eric Wujek with us.
Yes, we do.
And man, if you thought the first bit of the Ninja Turtles RPG was weird, we haven't scratched the surface yet. It doesn't get weird till book 2. And then depending on what the fuck the third movie is. Because Kevin has told me it involves time travel.
It does.
And I don't know which direction. So that. And weirdly enough, there's a Palladium Ninja Turtle RPG for both ways.
Well, in the in Ninja Turtles itself, there's a video game that's like Turtles Through Time.
I've heard about this.
Yes, I think that came out before the Palladium books, and
it came out the same year the comic came out.
I'm saying the supplement.
Oh, I don't know when Afterbomb came out, but we're doing Afterbomb next week.
Yeah,
came out pretty quick.
So I would like to think that after like the comics that came out pretty recently, or pretty soon afterwards, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. Anyways, that's what we're doing next week. Thank you all for listening. I hope you all had a good time. Next time, I'll give a full report about the front and the war between the Starbucks Collective and the Empire.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we talked about that.
It's been a little while. I actually do have a report for the front. I have like a month now and just keep forgetting to do it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think it's because me and Kevin do this at night, and I keep getting more and more drunk as we're doing this.
Yeah, and we want to save our information so it's like relative and important to you guys here. We don't want any like drunken swayed information here.
Yes, and quite possibly due to a new recording schedule that me and Kevin have, I might be deadpan sober when we do this. Which is always a little bit concerning because sober Ted occasionally just ruins D&D campaigns.
I didn't know that, Ted.
Kevin, remember the first D&D campaign we played at Ben's house?
Oh.
Remember the one session I played sober?
Oh, yeah.
The
okay.
one was the last.
Yeah. Yep, I remember that now. I see what you're saying, Ted. Okay.
Sober Ted does weird things occasionally.
Occasionally. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you all next time.
And don't be sober.
Bye-bye.